Welcome to Snowmobile Sessions Live on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms. We're the #1 destination to learn about snowmobiling, network with other sledders, and have an awesome time doing it. We'll meet other snowmobilers that share your passion and show your fan photos along the way. Snowmobile Sessions Live. Enjoy the ride.
It's a journey for life and I'm your ride. Hang on.
This episode of Snowmobile Sessions Live is brought to you by Energy Power Sports. They're Oakville's full-line BRP dealer with sales and service to all BRP models and so much more. Check out energypowersports.ca. And we got John Luke in the house, and he's going to give us his Robertson-style update on snowmobile deliveries and even tell you a little bit more about the 21 days of Christmas promotion going on. And you might even be able to win yourself a Ski-Doo today. Watch for that, too. It's also brought to you by the super fans. These are the guys that actually looked down in the bottom of that chat window. They found that little dollar sign. They clicked it and shared some love. So last week we had Mark Slayton open it up with $19.99, and he says, could only be here for a few minutes tonight, but listen to every podcast. Keep up the awesome work. Thanks a lot, Mark. And we had Mike Gooley said, thanks, guys. Check him out on the YouTube network as well. It's also brought to you by Fast Track Snowmobile Traction. There's one thing that a rubber track will never be able to do, and that's penetrate ice. And that's where the Fast Track Snowmobile Traction products come in to help you out. You'll get ultimate grip, ultimate traction, ultimate safety with Fast Track Snowmobile Traction. And when you're on their website, fasttrack.co, FASTTRAC.co, add those studs, nuts, backers to your cart, put that little toolkit in there. And if you use the coupon code SNOW, S-N-O-W at checkout, that toolkit is absolutely free. There'll be more about Fast Track when we hit the fan photos. Woo! There we go, guys. Welcome aboard, MJ and Paul. How are you doing?
Great. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Doing awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, looks like you're at the shop there, MJ.
Yep, I'm in my sled spa.
Nice.
That's the sled spa. Do you give
The
Ski-Doos?
sled spa and the Sleesno transition room.
Nice, nice. Do you do massages for Ski-Doo safaris in that spa?
It'll happen.
Yeah,
right
there we
now.
go. Nice. We're going to talk about safaris later on, but listen, let's bring John Luke into the show here. How's it going, John Luke?
Hey, Gary. How you guys doing?
Good, John.
Not too bad.
Hi,
Great.
John.
Not too bad.
Great. MJ, it's very, very good to finally meet you. I know we've been kind of chatting on the side on Instagram and all that stuff, so awesome to see you.
Awesome.
Yeah, in the dark. She's sitting in the dark tonight, though.
Yeah, she's a little in the dark, yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very. She's having a romantic interlude with her vintage
It's the
motorcycle.
spa, right? So the lights are dim at the spa.
Is it that dark in here? I can turn it up.
It's all
So
good.
you might not want to turn it up. The heater might trip a breaker or something. We wouldn't want that.
Well,
So-
I haven't. Yeah,
John,
I got it right here in case I need it.
so John Luke, you're here to tell us that all the shipping problems are over and there's no more delays. Everything's right on track.
Yeah, no, not really. But I'll say this though. We had a podcast a week ago with BRP, and I got to say they've been really great in updating everyone as much as they can, given actually all the circumstances. The level of complexity that we're under is pretty substantial. I was actually at the plant 3 weeks ago and visited we did a plant tour to take a look how Ski-Doos are assembled and all that stuff, and they had to reconfigure everything over there to accommodate, because usually sleds would get completed at the end, but now they've got some sleds that are completed, some that are incomplete, so they got to go different ways and so on. But really impressive. But by the time we were there 3 weeks ago, there was this massive feeling. If any one of you, I think MJ, you were there recently, weren't you? Did you go?
No, I wasn't.
Okay,
No.
because I saw a bunch of ambassadors that didn't go.
Yeah.
But there's this field of yellow, and in the middle there's this massive area, and it's all red boxes of links, which is pretty cool to see. But it is absolutely a sea of Ski-Doos, which is quite impressive. And of course, all those sleds are are going everywhere in the world. So it's not only destined to Ontario. I wish they were, but they weren't. So anyway, so we visited the plant, and you really get an understanding of how complex all of that is working. And a week ago in the podcast, they shared with us, there'll be some delays. So some of the links, snowmobiles, to anticipate an extra week or so delay on the links. But as we are going further, we will see accelerated parts that are missing, ECM, throttle control, dashboard, and all that stuff that would actually get accelerated. And actually today was the first day that we saw a number of sleds getting confirmation of parts coming in. So those sleds are here, and they would be at dealers as well. And so we're seeing a much greater number of parts that are being shipped and confirmed that they're being shipped, so we can complete them. So we're not out of the woods, of course, but I think what I like very much about BRP is rather than cancel orders altogether, they committed to build everything within the model year, which I think is huge. So I'm sure you've seen some of the videos. They did not anticipate they would sell 3 times the number of Machs that they did, but they did. Like the Mach was a super popular sled last year. We sold a bunch here. Those sleds are complex. They got lots of technology in them, right? So, but it's impacting everything. It's going to impact the Sea-Doos coming in, the switches, the Sea-Doo switch, the Rikers, the Spiders, and all the products that BRP makes. This is not a BRP thing. This is a global. It affects every manufacturer. It's affecting Mercury for us. So it's in everything we do every day, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's nothing you can do except be patient and hope for the best. But yeah,
and I gotta say, most consumers have been pretty patient. What's interesting is actually that the most patient customers have been those who are actually true hardcore sledders. Surprisingly to me, anyway, those who are not quite understanding of the new entrants. And that comprised about 42-44% of consumers we sold to are brand new to the sport, and they don't understand the sport. Right, so they can't understand why they cannot get a trailer. They can't understand why they cannot get an oxygen helmet just yet, or that their sleds is late, and so on. To them, it's just like I should be able to go to your store and leave with it that day. It's not that easy. So what we've explained to people, what we've done, and I'm pretty sure every dealer is the same. What we've done here at Energy is the moment we get a truckload of Ski-Doos, we begin unpacking it, preparing it with just almost ready for just the last part that we're missing, and they're all aligned. They're ready to go. And the moment we get this part, it gets assigned to the unit it's supposed to be for, and then we call the customer and hopefully in a hurry come and pick it up.
Yeah, Corey Brock says, "Sorry, John Luke, I'm off the patient list." LOL. And
Yeah,
if he was one of the patient ones, I'd hate to see the impatient ones. Oh,
I'd say this. I'd say this about Corey, and he was just here today. He was patient, but he didn't have faith, and that really bugged the crap out of me. I can already see him smile right now at home, but he was starting to lose faith. He was saying. So I sent him a George Michael movie of his video, so he could actually just regain confidence and feel good about himself.
George
awesome.
Michaels. Yeah. So there you go. Actually, Renegade X wants to know if I got my Renegade, John Luke. I said to ask you.
So the good question. So for everybody out there, just that Gary's not getting a special treatment, and perhaps many people think he should, or including himself, but. So your sled is scheduled to come in, I think, the first or second week, we think. We're kind of estimating that. It's definitely in January, but how things have been going, we think it's going to be in the first couple of weeks. That's as good as we have it right now. And it could be some more delays. We don't know. I mean,
that's okay.
Hopefully with good weather, no trucks will get in the ditch, and or crates taken off the truck and dropped on the ground anywhere. So. It's complex, guys. That is all I can tell you. I have some friends who work at BRP. They're executives. They actually participated to go and help the plant, so they're all in. This company is all in. executives right on the floor assembling and helping out, to push the sleds because they want consumers to have them. So hats off to them. They've been just terrific, and they more than anybody else, they want us to have the sleds. They're giving up their demos. They're giving up company Ski-Doos so consumers can enjoy them. It's a right thing to do, of course. We've done the same thing at the dealer level. As we've given up our demos, and so we can put them in the hands of consumers who live and die Ski-Doo. So,
yeah. Is it certain models? Like, is it the Machs that are delayed? The Lynx? Is it the 600s are shipping? What is it? I know mine's not a smart sled, so I mean there's a delay on it. But like, what do you find is the most delayed out there, or what is flowing through?
Yeah, there's no doubt that the units with the most technology were more problematic, for sure, because as you get more technology, you need more chips to run the ECMs, the computers, right? So those sleds have been a little bit delayed. But then again, like a 600 EFI, if it was missing its dash component, it too was also delayed. Some sleds are missing 1, 2, sometimes 3 parts. That's the bigger problem. There was a challenge with respect to certain parts, that we may have 2 out of 3, but we're missing the 1, and therefore we cannot deliver the unit. Back to my example, there was a couple brand new from England who purchased a sled from us, and they're dying for an estimate. And what they may not understand is that we don't have a hard date. That your sled will be here on December 17th. Is just not how this works. There's so many variables, whether it's transportation. There's a shortage of trucks and drivers and so on, right? And it's not only in our industry; it's in every industry. So you can just imagine the sheer impact it's having globally. But so they're missing the one part called the throttle assembly, and so he said to me, he says, "Is the part that important, or can I just take the sled the way it is, and when you get it, then I'll come back?" I'm like, you kind of need that part. It's a very important part. So
you could use
a
hockey skate lace and just hook it right up to the throttle body.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly.
So, well, that's good. Appreciate the update. And if you hear more, then by all means, let us know for sure. So tell us quickly tell us about the 21 days of Christmas, and we got to get on with the show. MJ and Paul are waiting.
Yeah, I want to hear about MJ. I want to hear about her story because I heard a bunch of stuff, and I don't know they're rumors, but I want to know about it. Well, so real quick, we've got this is the second year we do this. For 21 days, we're giving away a bunch of swags, and it's going to lead up to a bigger prize at the end. And so every day, people enter. They follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're doing draws daily. Unlike the maple syrup, we're not giving away food, which the U.S. border, for all my American friends out there, hopefully the prizes will not get in the way. We've had some challenges with the U.S. Customs because they thought we were trying to smuggle Canadian gold, I don't know, to the U.S. So a few of those bottles came back, yeah.
I think they all got them now.
Yeah,
all got them now. Yeah, so that's good. So, no, that's great. And we're gonna give away a Ski-Doo. So, how about that one on the shelf there, right on the
one
there,
right
that
here?
one there.
Yeah,
you want to do that one?
Okay. Well, all right. So this is pretty cool. This is a replica of an Elan. So I picked this up at the.
MJ's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's an Elan. Yeah. Olympic, maybe.
What do you think?
Olympic, it's Olympic. You're right, because
I think it's Olympic. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
What year?
So,
what year, MJ?
68.
Good eye.
Yeah, it's right around there.
Yeah. So anyway, it's
Paul and I won.
It can be used as an ornament, really. So
Paul and I won, and since Paul's a guest, he can't win, so it defaults to me. Okay, so
this could be your sled, Gary. It's up to you. I mean.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It's probably faster. Yeah. I'm okay though, because Odie's going to let me ride his 650 Polaris, so I'm going to have a great winter.
You're all set. But anyway, so whoever wants to bid, win, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. Awesome Christmas ornament. It's really, really cool thing. So I picked this up
Yeah, for sure.
at the museum in Valcourt. So this is straight from the factory.
Right on.
Okay.
Cool.
So
That'll
you know
be a
what?
Great prize.
Let's get the show going, and then we'll do a thing when we get
Cool.
like we got 81 people. So Rich has got to get his pen out, and then I'll do the randomizer as we get rolling here.
Yeah, we'll
So-
just guess it.
Let's do it.
We'll just get. Okay,
I'll
let's.
get it.
You want to just? How about this? How about MJ? Can you see the chats there, MJ?
I can't. I don't know what I need to do to see them.
There's probably a thing on the. Where is it? Oh, there should be a thing saying comments on your screen.
I can see them, but not very well.
We'll figure
Okay,
it out,
well,
Gary.
why don't you scroll along there and just pick a name? Pick a name.
Any name?
Yep.
Any
just
name.
pick
Don't
any
know
name.
any of them here. Pick any name on there, and that's the
fair.
winner.
We're
And if
gonna
you lose,
go-
you
Well, what if they look like dealers or something?
there's
Don't
no
worry about it.
dealers.
We'll let
Watch
you know.
the show.
Okay. We're gonna go with, is it Troy Parks?
Perfect.
Yeah, he's a good
wow.
guy.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna go
So-
with Troy.
There you
Troy,
go,
send me an email, fanphoto@mudbrats.com. We'll get this thing out to you.
Now he's not related to you, is he, MJ?
Yeah,
She wants
No,
that
no, he's
decoration. I'm
not.
just kidding.
some prizes are not as shown. Yeah.
Surprise for you.
Okay, read off. Okay, well, thank you, John Luke. We'll chat at you maybe next week because we got a big show happening next week. Stay tuned for the details on that.
All right.
So-
Look forward to it. Thanks,
All
guys.
right.
And
We will chat with you next week.
have an
Okay.
awesome
See you, Jean-Luc.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure to be with you
See you,
guys.
buddy.
MJ, I'm going to send you a couple questions. So watch that bar.
Right on.
These
We'll be
guys are
watching for him.
him.
Yeah.
I'll watch John Luke.
All right. So anyway, we're going to go to fan photos, but just give us a little rundown of who you are. We all kind of know MJ. Let's talk to Paul first. Give us your soapbox speech. Who you are, what do you do? Why are you here?
Yay, Paul.
I love snowmobiling. I always have. That 68 that you gave away, that was the first snowmobile I rode as a 2-year-old as a
Nice.
passenger.
Right on.
Yeah,
A
it's
lot of fun. And I see a race sled in the background. Have you got a racing heritage?
a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of poking away at the season here, getting everything
You're just
ready to go, and weather permitting, we'll have a
that's
season.
cool. So are you still racing? Like, is that your sled or do you have
No, I'm just a mechanic.
are you? Okay.
He's an awesome
Awesome.
race mechanic.
Right
Yeah.
on. Was
There
he
you go.
your race mechanic, MJ?
At times, yes, he was. He took
Yeah.
pretty good care of me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then let's go to right on. MJ, let's hear your soapbox speech. What do you got for us?
Oh, I'm just a Ski-Doo ambassador. It's a pretty good gig.
Yeah, I know we got a paycheck. I'm going to show. I hope you don't mind of what you get paid to
Yeah,
be a
but-
ski ambassador. I know everyone's asking, so MJ showed us a paycheck. So
I don't think you can really like. Yeah.
no. So how do you?
But no,
how
I'm
did
here
you?
in Ontario, in Muskoka, and it's awesome. I love this. This ambassador program is really new to me. I was just signed on in the spring.
Oh, I thought you were in it for a couple years. So
No, I'm brand new.
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
good
just
choice.
ramping up.
You're more than just you're more than just a snowmobiler though. Like there's so much to you, and I'm glad we got pictures to prove it. Oh, here we go. Dustin Ingram. We gotta take care of this. All right, 5-pounder. He says the XCR 650 Polaris looks like a beast. He must be talking about Odie's. So yeah. Anyway, the problem is, MJ, we get all this Polaris talk going on in the chat, and I don't know how to turn it off. You know,
That's okay.
and then they throw money at me, so I got to make sure I bring it up on screen, right? So you got to blame the guy beside you there, Rich. He spawns it all. So anyway, no, that's
Surrounded
cool.
by
So,
Ski-Doo.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, so no, that's great. So how did they reach out to you? They just seen all your stuff on Instagram, or they seen all
No,
the
so when it started, I didn't even have an Instagram account.
Smart.
Wow.
And even on Facebook, I was pretty bare bones on Facebook, wasn't I, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah. And but I guess they found out about me through word of mouth, and they approached me at one point, and I thought, yeah, I'd kind of be interested. I didn't really have a full scope of what the program would be like. And then I just figured they, found someone better because, just me. And a few months later, they came back to me and said, no, we'd like you to be a Ski-Doo ambassador. So
That's
She's
awesome.
being modest. She's a huge deal.
Well, I know.
It's a huge learning curve for
Yeah.
everything, social
Yeah.
media, everything. Like even to start an Instagram account and to immediately try to have to build followers up to where everybody else is at. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is you don't realize the work that's involved in it. Like you do a lot of trade shows. I know you're away every weekend there in the fall, and it's a ton of work.
Yeah, but it was fun. Like
Mhm.
it's like you're going there and you're just going there to talk sleds with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that why
No.
we're here tonight?
Now, what's your history with snowmobiling, MJ? Like, what would take us back to when you first started and how you got to where you are right now?
Like I grew up with snowmobiles in my family, but nothing serious, nothing hardcore. And then I moved to Muskoka in 1998, and I brought with me my 92 Plus, which was my first snowmobile that I ever had that was my own. And when I moved here, I met a couple guys that had a couple of beater sleds too. And they thought, we're going to buy new sleds. We're going to race snowcross. And I'm like, no, that's dumb. You don't go spend that much money on a sled and race snowcross. Right, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah. And then it just escalated from there. It was just crazy. Because in order, the CSRA that year, if you signed up with a membership to race, you got like free NTN bearings, you got free belts, you got oil, you got a case of castor oil, you got everything. You got so much product. Versus if I didn't sign up to race and I just wanted to go watch the guys race, I would have had to pay every event. So I just signed up as a racer.
Yeah, for sure. Brad Hitchcock wants to know, what's that bike to your right there?
This, my Skeeter.
Yeah.
So I do have a fleet of moto skeeters, and this is my most recent purchase, and it is a 72 550 Skeeter.
When you say 550, it's not 550 cc. It's what would that be? 5.5 horse?
It's 5.5 horsepower.
Yeah, right on. See? It looks like a Kohler engine or something like that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's more like a I can't remember the name of it. It's a really weird, almost like a more like an agricultural engine, like a whippersnapper engine that's in it.
Right
It's
on.
the
Oh,
PSP
wow.
on the side, but
That's
yeah.
cool.
How fast does it go? What's the top speed?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Tell you what, I have a few of them. So you and we can go for a little pit ride at the
You gotta
cottage.
whip them out.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Pull it out.
I wonder if my lawnmower, I've got a really fast lawnmower. We drag raced a few years ago up there with my neighbor's brand new lawnmower, and I beat him. I wonder if my lawnmower's faster.
You know that road we have, it's pretty straight and it's about a quarter
I know
mile.
we can get her going. Yeah, for sure. That's cool. But no, that's great. Let's get into some fan photos, and we'll learn more about both you guys because they're pretty awesome fan photos. So, was there any other questions we missed? Let's see who's in the chat though. Too, we got Corey Brock, and sometime is now. Greg's in there. Greg, we got some awesome shots to show you. You just better stay tuned. Canuck Power Sports, Colton Schneer. Yeah, what he said is in there. Brad Hitchcock, Uncle Buck, and Mrs. Uncle Buck's watching too. Brad Hitchcock, Joe C422. I think he changed his handle. He's trying to fool us there. Troy Parks, of course, he won. Mike Gouliz, yes. Dustin Ingram, of course. Jumpman Jay, he's one of our faves too. He's a long time. Eddie Whitworth, he retracted a message. He must have said something bad. Glenn Sonby, Zach Hupp, Eddie Whitworth. I said that already. Off the Cuff Adventures of Jamie. Oh man, it goes on. Neil Owen, yeah. Roscoe gets to ear another day. Yeah, so Odie the sled and car guy. Oh yeah, they're all there. All of them are there. We're gonna get into this here. I'm gonna start this fan photo session here, and we'll get right to it. Fan photos are brought to you by Fast Track Snowmobile Traction Products.
Slides with us tonight, night. Don't let them go to waste. One moment, one shot.
Check out fasttrack.co. All right.
Right on.
There we go. Hold on a second here. I was telling these guys every week's a whole new ball game. You never know what you're going to get into. So here, I got to open up my my script on another. There we go. I got to open up my script on another screen because I've lost it this week. So this is from, there's no photo on this one, but this is from Greg Kelly. He says, "Hey, Gary and Rich, notice I got your notice from last night's show in my email. Don't know how, but it's okay. Yeah, I spam everybody. I've been just getting into watching your shows and have had some interesting guests for sure. Ryan was certainly another great guest. Like his turbos for sure. Alan at Burks from Skaggs and the guy from Fast Track. Excellent products. May try the triple. And that John at Accelerated Tech. Wow, he knows his shit. Actually booked an appointment with him in the new year because of your show. You're going to have to help me with gas money," he says. Yeah, take care. Keep up the good work and say hello to Rick, which he probably means Rich. So I'm going to call you Rick from now on. If you're ever cruising the tracks from Whitney to Barry's Bay, drop by or even do a little ride. Bring a couple of my home brews. They're not home brews. They're actually real beer.
Barry's Bay, Whitney. That's a wicked run up that way.
That's awesome. That's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that? So anyway, this is my my buddy Adam Furlong, Furry. He says he's not going to make it tonight, but next week we're going to blow up the internet. Woohoo! He says, keep up the good work, guys. So this is Backyard Recreation. I'm going to be broadcasting live from here next week, and we're going to have the Powder Hounds popping in, and we're going to do a big charity event. I've got auction going to go on, an online auction that's going to run to December 31st. And we're going to give 50% of proceeds to the Expedition Yeti, which is a youth cancer foundation in the US of A. And we're going to give 50% of the donations raised to the Kelly Shires Foundation. So here in Canada. So no super chats next week, guys. We're going to have a special PayPal link that you guys are going to use to put all your donations in. And if you want to super chat us that week. And the other thing is we'll have the online link probably live sooner than later. I'll post it as soon as I've got my crap together, but stuff's still coming in. We've got a Uclear communication device. We got $750 of prizes from Bergstrom Skeggs already in the house. The list goes on and on. Furry's got $250 worth of cash he's donated. I've got B2 Stinger LEDs and a helmet wrap that I'm going to put in for the auction. So it's going to be good, man. There's going to be lots of prizes. We got lots of really good companies that I think are going to jump on board as soon as we get the word out. So stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. Adam's not kidding when he says it's going to blow up the interwebs. So
that'd be good fun.
Yeah. He's a good guy. He's funny as hell. Follow him on Instagram, Backyard Recreation, and he's a wealth of knowledge for tips and service and what you should look for. And he gets right into sleds and shows you the problems that he sees on a daily basis when he's turning the wrenches on these things and shares it with everybody. So it's a really interesting channel he's got there. So make sure you check Furry out.
Tony Cat.
Appreciate
$4.99, Gary. Let's do some house cleaning here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's get that going here. Just got to get it up here. Thank you so much, Tony Cat. He gives 2 US of A flags. Yeah. That was pretty cool. The mock on grass, wasn't it?
Yeah, he stood up pretty good, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
but the 850 was faster. That's not going to go over well, is it, MJ? You know,
Where are we here?
this is Ethan Miller. This is shots from where does he say this is? He says, hey guys, awesome show you got going on. I listen to you guys while I'm at work and when I'm driving to school. Keep up the great shows. Here's a pic of my sled. For 2 years, I worked and saved to buy my very own 146 850 to 2020 free ride. He's ready to get riding off trail when I'm allowed, but I got to wait a bit longer up here in North Bay. He's got about 7-8 inches, but it's not enough for off trail riding just yet. So
Nice.
looks like a pretty good haul there, doesn't it? For snow.
Oh, that's pretty good. It's probably melted now, though, after that weekend, right? I
Yeah.
think the only thing that survived was Cochrane.
Yeah. Have you got any snow left there, MJ?
Not really.
No.
Like I think there is still snow on the roof of my house, but you know, like the roads
Yeah.
are bare now, and
Yeah, that sucks. It shouldn't be like that. we gotta get frost in the ground.
Yeah, another week it'll be getting cold again.
Yeah, for sure. I love this shot. The one on the left there. This is Derek Amurim. I hope I said that right. He said, "Hey Gary, here's a shot of me riding in Revelstoke, BC. He loves the mountain, but ripping in the trails in Ontario is where it's at for me. Love the show, guys," he says. So there he is. You ever been out to Revy there, MJ?
I haven't. I don't think I'd make a very good mountain rider. I'm sure it's going to happen someday, but I'm
You gotta try it.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
something
thought we
wanna
had
try.
pictures of you. I thought we had pictures of you up in the mountains this week. No? I guess not. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just a mountainous. Maybe it's an island on Mary Lake or something that's in the background. I don't know.
It could be.
We got to talk to Greg about that sometime. Is now, he'll tell you. This is Jason of Omaha, the Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. He says snowmobile pictures from Nebraska. This is a couple years ago, but if it gets cold and we get snow, riding the Platte River in Nebraska is awesome. You can go for hundreds of miles, and he loves the show.
What do you think we're looking at there? Old 700 twin?
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like the F2000 chassis. That was the pod around that, I think.
Well, I was actually
Was it?
thinking
Was
it was ZX.
Oh, was it ZX? Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I was
I think
thinking
it's
that. I don't know.
Yeah, it is
looks-
weird. Yeah, it's got the latches for the S. Yeah, it is. Yeah, the latch. You can tell, but the pod's weird. You see where
the pod is the leather. It's the vinyl wrapped gas tank.
Yeah,
that's the
weird.
same fuel tank that Jeff has on his 800.
Oh, cool.
It was an option on them. But look at that.
So MJ, what sled
That's
you
cool.
riding this year? Corey Brock was asking.
I have a 2022 MXZX 850.
Okay, right on.
She
Yeah,
likes the
and-
129s.
Yeah, I'm trying to dig my
Yeah.
heels in and make sure that, Ski-Doo has someone to rep the 129s because that's important.
My buddy just got
I
a
love
600X with the 129.
Yeah,
He's looking
love it.
forward to that. Yep.
yeah, especially around Muskoka.
Yeah. Well, he
It's a
had to
great
go
job.
grab something because the XCR is coming in late, so he went and grabbed one. So he's like, "Listen, we don't know, and we don't know, man. It could be January, could be February, could be March, could be next year. Who knows?" So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can buy it when his Polaris arrives earlier than mine. I'll pick that up.
I think he's keeping it till next year, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know.
Paul Kates has my sled that I want.
In the
Oh, yeah.
background
I mean, if
there.
In the background.
No, it's coming up in the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, it's if I found one of them, my spring order's canceled.
Yeah.
I would
And what are
take
you
that
riding, Paul?
S. That would be nice.
I'm waiting for a Mach Z to come in.
Oh, okay. Good for you. Right on. Nice. You'll love that.
So Mark Slayton says, "Hey guys, thanks for another great show last week. If we don't get snow soon, I'm going to spend my whole season's riding budget on awesome products made by your guests." This week's upgrades were Stage 4 Elkas from John at Accelerated Technologies. That's for his wife's Renegade Sport 600 Ace. And then he got his helmet painted by his buddy Brian the Brush. Now everyone will be able to find me on the trails in either Hold on. Where do you think he's riding, Rich?
Oh, Tug Hill.
He's riding it. Tug Hill or Old Forge? Yes. Nice. All that work painting, and he could have just ordered an O2 wraps and had it done in a half an hour.
Yeah. Got the stage 4 Elka shocks on there.
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
man, I think Rich John should be giving us commission on all the shocks we've sold.
Right? Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be popping by to see him. So, yeah. And I got to get him to do my T7, my adventure bike. I got to get him to do something on their rear suspension. Actually, both front and rear suspension. So
that'd be wild.
Yeah.
And Odie the sled and car guy. Do you know Odie the sled and car guy, MJ? He's from Huntsville.
I don't think I do.
Yeah.
And Mike is from Aspen. You know that town that you said, did you go through Aspen? And I said, downtown Aspen. And I said, this place has a downtown. Are you serious?
He looks really familiar.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's we'll ride with these guys this year, MJ, for sure. They're a hoot. Jeremy's hilarious. And this year he's getting a Polaris 650, so he won't be having his hood up every ride. So it'll be a lot of fun.
What does he have on the table there? What does that say?
Oh, so he says Michael K and him waiting for snow as we watch some football. The second picture is Mike K and some awards he received for being such a great volunteer. So he's got the 2018 OFC SC District 10 Outstanding Snowmobile Promotion. And then he got the Outstanding Snowmobile Promotion in 2018 and 2021 for being a volunteer.
Nice job.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, right on, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's cool. Good guy. See, we only breed the best here in Snowmobile Sessions. So no, those guys are great. It looks like they were watching some football. And then Ron Castellut says, what did he say on this one? He said, found this today. It's one of my favorite places. One of your favorite places, Gary. It's at Tug Hill.
Oh,
So
man.
there we go. So when Tug Hill comes on in January with us, Rich, they're not going to know what they're probably going to leave by now, right?
So seriously, when I was at the Syracuse, New York show,
Yep.
that's all people talked about.
Was Tug Hill?
They didn't really care to talk about sleds even. They just wanted to talk about Tug Hill.
Where they ride
The
in circles.
Tug.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah.
It was just Tug Hill, and I'm like,
That's
okay,
awesome.
I feel like I know Tug Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll
I have to go down there this
Muskoka.
We'll get down
I
there
have to go down there because the mayor's going to present me the key to the hill.
Perfect. I'll go with you.
Yeah, they're bronzing a statue of me right now. Yeah, you can go down and shine my head, Paul.
Yeah. You push a button and you'll hear the rubber snapping.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You'll have to. We won't tell Paul and MJ what that sound effect's for. They'll have to go back and watch some of the early episodes where I explain the history of Tug Hill and how it was
found.
found.
Get that what far bad.
Yeah.
We got some good guests here.
Maybe Steve, when Steve and I are together next, I'll tell him the history of Tug Hill. He'll like that, MJ. Okay. Look at this. So last week, remember the one guy tried to send me in pictures and he sent me like 5 question marks.
Oh yeah, right on.
He says, let's try that again. And he sends me 2 crying happy faces. He says, quick picture from the past weekend. So that's 2 weekends ago now in northern Wisconsin. He got dumped on 11 inches at the cottage. Ready for winter. Got the wife sled out just to have a little fun. My VR1 will be arriving at a dealer this week. So he should have it now. He says winter is here and he gives us 2 devil horns.
Right on.
That's a beautiful black on black, white on black Viper.
Nice sled.
Yeah, love it. And then Richard Carter, he says, got a good week for pictures, guys. Thank you so much. And if you want to send in photos, you got to get them in before Monday. At what time, Rich?
Noon.
Monday at noon, not like what time MJ sent her pictures in today.
At 6:55.
Yeah, no, she was around 4:30, 5 o'clock. Paul was great. He was He sent me 900 photos through over 3 days over the weekend. So
Right on.
fan photo.
900. Wow.
I know.
Hard just to pick a few.
Right.
Yep. Fan photo at mudbrats.com by Monday at noon. And we'll get you on the air. Sometimes we don't have any pictures, but it's getting to be that season. So Richard Carter says, here are some pics of the night of the podcast, December 6th. He's so ready to ride. What do you think is in that shop, MJ? What do you think he's got in that shop? What kind of sled? It's a snowmobile.
Where is he located, do you think?
He doesn't say.
What state or province?
I don't know.
I
think he's United. I think he's US.
I'm thinking he's got a really nice like 1200 XRS in there. Sorry, 900 XRS in there.
It's a Polaris.
There you go.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Look at that. I got to tell you, Richard, I love that wall too. How simple is that?
Yeah, that is wicked.
That is awesome.
That's a good backdrop for a studio. Really
It
nice.
is, isn't it?
Right
yeah,
on.
he's got his garden hose put away for the winter too. So that's good.
Yeah.
It looks like he came from Yamaha as well. He's got the
Yeah,
Yamaha on the toolbox.
Tune and fork and the decal on the back of his toolbox.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
right on.
great. I love that. I love that shot with it in the garage, like walking into the garage like that. It's awesome. Yeah.
Right on. What are you doing here? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I found my controls that I thought I lost. So that's great.
Oh, good.
See, I learn something new every week there, guys.
So you're in full control.
Well,
Sometimes.
as out of control as you can get. So now this is your time to shine, guys. So I've actually taken Paul and MJ's pictures and I kind of mixed them together. So I don't know whose is who's coming up.
It's gonna be a surprise.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll see here.
Oh.
There you go.
Blair Morgan. Blairette Morgan.
You know why I picked that snowmobile? Because
Tonight.
it's the only S chassis snowmobile I ever had. And that's the very, 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 very first time I was ever racing.
Nice. It's a 97. Very nice.
At 583.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that was a trail sled that you raced.
Yeah, and I won on it.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Right on.
I think that was my very first race. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool. Man, and how, does it like that's a big heavy sled for you. You're small, right? Like did it beat you up pretty bad or what was that like? What was that experience like?
At that point it was fine because I was still fearless.
Mm-hmm.
I was still at the fearless stage. But
Yeah.
those sleds to go back and to ride that chassis and to have your knees that close to your hands.
Yeah.
And like you'll see the tunnel looks like it's all bent out because after every race you just mallet the sides back up and
Yeah, I see right beside me, right there. It's bent down. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
that was
pretty
before
wild.
I even went to the races to race.
racing.
Yeah.
I didn't even go to the races to race. I didn't even own my own pair of goggles.
That's hilarious.
That's not even my tech vest. Like it was just borrow stuff. Okay, this will do.
So and then you got on it and then you ended up winning. And then was that the bug? You just
That was the bug.
yeah, right on.
No.
Now
I'll never forget that very first race. It was in Lindsay. And I'll never forget the adrenaline still going through my body the whole time I was driving home, like the 2-hour drive home from Lindsay or whatever. It was just like, I'll never forget that driving in my truck and the adrenaline still from the racing. It was awesome.
That's wild. That's hilarious seeing your registration numbers on there. So you were trail riding and then you took it racing. That's cool.
That's right.
Right
And
on.
and my trail sled at that time was something else. That was just that's
Okay.
not even my sled.
Ah,
that's
right.
funny.
But you got to remember back then, those were light sleds back then. Because I remember that.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause I had a
for
98
sure.
or
Oh, yeah.
583. I had the 98.
That's an MXZ. That when you had an MXZ, that meant you were a big hit. That was like the XRS back in the day, right?
Yep,
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
You were a big hitter. Is that right, Paul?
Fantastic. MXZ
Yes.
all the way.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys can correct me anytime if I'm wrong.
That was a good mill
And-
too, the 583. It was a bulletproof motor.
Yeah.
Made lots of good power.
Yep.
Yeah. What do we got here, Paul?
You want to pulse?
a little trail ride with a bunch of friends, and that was probably a Saturday if I remember right. We were up towards Highway 41 in Caladar.
All right on.
Don't show that last picture.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, by the way, my my last podcast, Rich, was not suitable for all advertisers.
What?
And I think it was a street bike accident that is shown in there.
Oh,
it was manually reviewed by YouTube as not suitable for all
Are
advertisers.
you kidding me? He hit a moose. It didn't show anything bad other than the bike down.
No.
Man, the
Rich,
world we live in.
See that thing there, Rich? Right there, the yellow one? That's what they look like when they're upright on the snow, those 50 editions.
I bet you that's bobsled, is it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Good
he
eye.
still own it?
Yeah.
Still riding around on it.
He still
Yeah, it
owns
might
it?
be for sale.
Oh, hey, don't talk to me, okay?
Don't say it out in
I would
public.
I would
Oh.
buy another one.
Gary's going to go get another one.
That's
Oh,
the
that would
50th
be-
anniversary.
Yeah.
I know what they are. I had two of them. I know. Don't
One
tell
for
anybody
parts
about
and
them.
one to ride.
Nobody,
It's actually
nobody
a prototype.
knows. That one's a prototype.
Prototype. Yeah, that one went out to around all the shows.
Nice.
So it's pretty special, that one.
That was like my son's
that-
Mini Z. 98. Yep, same thing. Awesome. That's
So
cool.
that makes it worth even less, right, Rich? That's the deal.
Yeah. No, those things are worth something, man.
Yeah, nobody knows the value of it. Nobody appreciates the 50 editions. I've got the leather jacket for it still, Paul.
Oh, nice.
I do.
I got my
Yeah,
leather suit
so-
from 98 and 2000.
I had two 50 editions and I had two leather jackets and I had a 69 Nordic too. So, hey, is this MJ's?
That's me.
What?
That's actually you.
That's me. And that's
one in
me
the
after
rhubarb.
I thought I got myself out from under my sled and I was lying there in plain view. I didn't realize I was still buried in the snow.
Wow. Blew a
Yeah,
corner, did you?
Yeah, we were riding last year from Ralston over to Mikos, over in the Laurentides, and we were on this logging road that they must have just done because it was all built up, and it was snowing. We were in like 6 inches of powder all day on groom trails. We rode about 500 kilometers that day. We saw one other sled. And it was so much snow you couldn't push, you couldn't steer, you were pushing through the corners, and you would rail the banks on this old logging road. Well, I was railing the bank and the bank disappeared, and it doesn't
that
look
would
like
do
it, but I'm down there really far off a cliff.
Wow.
Well, you
Yeah.
can see the trees
I
to
don't
the
go off
left,
trail
how
very
straight
often.
up, how like they're like that, but that's really straight up and
Yeah.
down. That's pretty crazy. So
I was in there good, and it was just at dusk because I remember crashing and my headlights still on, and I remember thinking, "Oh my gosh, no one's gonna find me down here." That's all I was thinking is no one's gonna find me down here, and then my headlight shut off, and I was like, "Oh no."
Take you a while to get
That's
that out,
Yeah, a little bit,
but you did.
it's deep.
little
It's
bit. I had
deep.
my tech vest on, and
Yeah,
I
that's
pretty
good.
much came out of there with no injuries and no damage to the sled. Ironically enough, because that's all boulders and stumps down there.
Wow. Lots
Yeah.
of powder too, though. So that's probably what saved you.
Yeah,
I guess so, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was
Wow.
a crazy day.
Yeah.
Because it's like we
Yeah.
weren't necessarily overriding. It was just a situation where I could have sworn I had a bank, and then
Yeah.
the bank disappeared.
Yeah,
said,
be
maybe
glad there
applying too much
wasn't a
snow
tree or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
be glad there wasn't a tree in the way to
Oh.
change that story. You know.
That was brutal.
So what was
And
what was
no
that you're
damage.
riding? What were you
That's
riding?
my 2019 MXZX 850.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, studs or no studs for you?
I go with the Ice Ripper, or yeah,
Nice.
like the
Yeah,
little
there you go.
pre-studded. I like it. I always studded my tracks always before, and then one year I borrowed a sled and rode a sled without studs, and I couldn't believe how much fun it was.
Yeah, they are.
Like it's light and nimble, and you break free and you can steer better. So I like that compromise. It's nice. You
Nice.
get some traction,
Yeah.
but you get some nimbleness at the same time.
Yeah. Ryan from Canucks Power Sports, he has a little mantra for you, MJ. He says the rule of trees. He says 1.5-inch trees are forgiving. 1.75 inch trees or bigger don't move. Not like you have a choice when you're driving though, like that, right?
Yeah.
So last year I was behind, the trail that runs in behind the lake there.
Yep.
And I missed a corner, and I ended up in the ditch bad. Like I had to go, there was a gulch, and then there was trees, and I kind of had to pick a spot between the two. And I got off and I went up to almost my chest in snow, and Drew and I think it was Jeremy or Mike K. It was Mike K, I think, was gone, long gone. And these guys stop and they go, "Do you need a hand?" I'm going, no, I'm all right. And then they just both shut off their sleds and go, "You're not getting out of there." It was buried. It reminded me of that picture actually big time. So this is, I believe, Ryan's shot here. We got a nice, is that a 440 there on the left?
That is a XRS.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one of the original ones. Nice.
Yeah, like an 07.
Nice.
Yep.
Center one's a 1200, and that's my 850. We were riding the 26th of December 2019. That's the Halliburton Forest with a morning worth of fresh snow on top of probably 6 to 10 inches of hard packed. It was super day in there.
Look at how deep that is. That's nice. Yeah.
It's always nice place to go to break in your sled.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that a ritual for you, Paul? Is that something you hit up every year?
Yeah, if we can. I kind of like to ride every spare minute that I have. And when we can get out and enjoy a great day or a great evening, we do it.
Yep. Great place to break in a sled. It's good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And break a sled, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you still own that XRS? Whose was that?
Oh, that was my friend's son's XRS, and I think he still does have it.
Cool. That's awesome. And look at it. Look at this class. This is
Northland. That was my Ski-Doo dealer, Bill Fullerton, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So this picture isn't out of focus. I don't know if you guys remember the indoor snowcross series.
Oh yeah.
And how smoggy it was down at the Air Canada Center. Is that where we? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Right on.
That's funny. Just a haze.
It was just a big smoke fest.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
there wasn't very many trailers there that would be actually parked inside, but we were actually right inside trackside. So that was really cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
And
so
these are true. These are actually race sleds now. This isn't your old 583 trail model there.
That's right. I think everything on a ZX chassis that I rode was a race sled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Wicked.
All the times have changed, haven't they?
Oh yeah. Formula NTN bearings. Right on. Nice. Great picture.
So this is another one from the indoor series, and that's in Pontiac, Michigan. And that's Jeff Fullerton's sled.
Mm-hmm.
He was probably, I think he was racing semi-pro at that time. But that is Danny Lee. And Danny Lee was a very, very special racer and mechanic. Mm-hmm. He was expert in oval racing. And I don't know if any of you guys know. No?
No. Sorry.
No.
Danny Lee was probably as awesome as KATES.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. I was going to say, you're really talking about with Paul sitting right here,
I had to include a picture with Danny because it was like, oh my gosh.
Nice.
Yeah. If right Paul could find the exit button, he would have been gone 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Corey went to the snowcross at the ACC.
Yeah.
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 And then
an old one here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my wife Ann on a Blair Morgan 2003 and a half. And put her hand up because she doesn't like her picture taken.
Yeah, that worked.
Hilarious. With a helmet on too, right? That's funny.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Was that the trail version, or is that a race version of the Blair Morgan?
That's a trail version. So that was a production copy, and I still have that sled.
Do you really? Right on. They're getting more rare, that's for sure.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful sled.
You actually have a couple of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
That's neat. Nice.
Right on.
You know, Blair Morgan doesn't even own a Blair Morgan edition.
Yeah.
Well, I talked to Blair Morgan a couple of years ago in Horseshoe, and I actually have a complete plastic set for one of his 04 stock race sleds, and I asked him if he wanted it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hanging on the wall in my shop. I bought it at a Kijiji a number of years ago, like for $75, and I just thought, like, why wouldn't you buy that? It's
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And what did he say?
at that point he wasn't sure because he didn't really have a whole lot to put it on because he didn't have a stalker. He just had mods left.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I told him if he wants it, it's his.
Nice.
Yeah. He was on
Yeah,
the show
that's
last year. What a great guy. He's
Yeah,
such
we had
a
blast.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah,
down,
he's a good guy.
down to earth, really humble. Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
Right on.
So yeah, we had a few people send in their Blair Morgans after that show. There's quite a few of them out there in really good shape still too. So
Yes.
it's kind of nice to see that they're still alive and kicking. It just as a testament to how good that Rev chassis really is.
Yeah.
It's still a lot of fun to ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah.
I want to. I'm
Anybody
gonna have to
has
come
one
visit
to
you,
road
Paul.
one? It was
I
a
wanna
tireless
ride one.
machine to ride.
Yeah.
Tireless, you mean? What do you mean by that?
Well, the most K I put on was about 50 short of 1200, and it was done on a rev
Nice.
in a day.
Right on.
It was
Yeah.
in Northern Ontario. So
Yeah. Yeah, that was huge when it went from that sitting way back style up to, that stand up style, right? And rider forward position. It was huge, man.
yeah,
Everyone
the
was like,
pivot
oh my
there.
God, it felt like you were riding on a park bench, the old stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They're talking about the Zook Morgan out there sometime is now
yeah.
saying. Yeah. Is this in Halliburton, these ice walls?
Yeah, good call there. Absolutely. That's 3 years ago as well. Sometime in January. But the backdrop, I just thought, you can't not get a few pictures of that.
Yeah,
it's wild. Wicked
This
stuff.
is what I tell people all the time is it's shots like these that just prove how amazing snowmobiling really is, because it takes you places that you'd never see by foot or by car. You know, you're never going to get there in the summertime.
Well, in the scenery that weekend, the weather was just perfect because it had dropped fresh snow on all the trees and everything was just coated with snow. So you had like lots of snow to ride on, and just the scenery was breathtaking, right?
Yeah, it's nice. Nice color.
Yeah.
That Renegade's beautiful sled.
Yeah.
Nice
It
looking
is.
color.
Mike Goulas has got the same sled too. It's got the QAS package on it and the whole shebang. So,
Nice.
and that 850 there is the exact one Mike K was going to sell me a couple years ago. Yeah, pretty cool. And that's the XRS today, right? That yellow hood, black side panels, black tunnel.
Yeah.
Right. Pretty nice.
Oh,
I think
here
this
we
is
go.
MJ's picture.
Nice.
No, that's Kate's.
Is that Kate's photo?
Nice
Yeah.
CBR in the background too.
Everything
Wicked
about
bike.
this photo's nice.
Wicked.
That's
bike.
right. You got an old XRS in the very background and top right.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, that was race season 2016-17.
Nice. Right on.
So you're a mechanic, MJ was saying. So you get these things shipped to you in a crate and you do all the assembly and everything yourself?
That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So that
And
was
then
the
did-
last year of the carbureted race sled.
Oh, okay. And then they went to E-Tech the year after that.
That's correct.
Cool. The now, did you race this one or is this for a team you're a part of?
That's correct. It was just for a team I was part of.
Nice. And is that your bike in the background, the CBR?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you say was? Did you sell it or did you hit a moose with it like Ryan?
No, I sold it. It was going to generate me a speeding ticket or a loss of license. So I figured after 6 seasons owning it and not being stopped to get given a ticket, it was it was time to taillights down the road, that bad boy.
You're
That's
up, eh?
about the same thought process with my GSXR. I was like, yeah, it's time.
Oh yeah, they're
I
great
gotta
bikes.
slow
Yeah.
down.
They're great bikes.
Yeah. Ryan wants has a
first.
What's that?
Ryan has a question for both you guys, MJ and Paul. He says, "Have you had a chance to ride the Riker? Does it compare to a sled on the road?"
I've never ridden one. Have you,
Yeah.
Paul?
I haven't ridden a Riker, but I have ridden a Spider, and I wouldn't say anything as far as how the Riker handles towards the Spider, but the Spider is a ton of fun to ride. I can only imagine the Riker being equally as fun, and they have a different exhaust note than the regular Spider.
Yeah.
So the fun meter is just going to be like off the chart.
Right on.
Is it like a snowmobile? Does it have that feel like when you're on it, like, hey, I'm cruising the trails kind of thing? Or
Yeah, at times it definitely does, going in and out of the corners, and acceleration is like nice and crisp and smooth.
Nice.
I think it's a win owning one.
yeah, I want to ride one.
Yeah,
I
they're
wanna
pretty
ride
popular,
one.
right?
Yep.
We'll have to get you out at demo day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I Energy Power Sports, I bugged all summer, but I think he heard my track record with riding demo vehicles. So I wasn't invited, but anyway,
That's hilarious.
I'll have to find one to get on. I think it'd be a hoot. So this is quite the blizzard. When I said send me a picture of blizzard, Paul, I said I meant a Ski-Doo blizzard.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll have to make sure I dig you out a blizzard photo at some point. Yeah, the driving was a little hairy that day for a couple of 3 hours, a little bit of whiteouts, but
Nice.
the end result, going riding, was well worth the extra half an hour or so of picking your way through that.
Yeah. That's always exciting when you're heading up to go snowmobiling and you're riding through that. You're driving through that. You don't mind it, right? So
No,
Yeah.
exactly.
Where were you heading there?
We're heading up towards MJ's actually.
nice.
Oh wow! So that's Highway 11 there. Nice.
Yes.
Just before Port Sydney.
Just hold the phone here for a second, because Paul and I have never trail rode together.
No.
No.
Ever.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not sure where he was hitting, but
He didn't make it, obviously. Yeah, he didn't.
It was
make
going near where you live, right? Bracebridge.
Maybe I was out
Port City.
shoveling and I had the beer out, and he stopped in and never made it down the road.
Awesome.
That could be. Yeah. Now, I didn't know you got to meet Will Ferrell. That's pretty amazing.
You think
So
Humpy
they were-
Will Ferrell?
That's hilarious.
The guy in the XPS car?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little. Yeah.
Oh, so, well, that's Humpy.
They were going to do Talladega Nights and
Oh,
and,
no.
and then it was on snowmobile and it was too cold for Will.
Oh,
So he
I
said,
wish
"Screw this,
we
we're going
could
to do it on
patch
the
him in
racetrack."
and you could hear his laugh right now, because he's got the best laugh.
That's awesome.
And that was back in the day where Humpy was staging our sleds. And then actually in the Brooks coat there, that's Danny Lee. And then that's
Nice.
me just standing around, waiting for my sled to be ready. And back in those days, we also had Victor Sheldon with us, and everybody thought that Will Ferrell was Victor Sheldon.
Oh, that's funny.
So we would have like a mom and a kid go up to him and ask him for his autograph. And
That's
Humpy would be like, no, I'm not Victor. And there would actually be almost tears. The mom
That's
would
hilarious.
be mad at him because, like, don't lie to my kid.
That's
That's
hilarious.
funny.
Yeah. So that's at Sault Ste. Marie at the season opener there. It was
Nice.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Now that stripe on the hood was that something you guys painted or wrapped, or is that factory?
That was a Bill Fullerton signature where he almost wanted to TNT all the hoods, like my 72
Yeah.
TNT. So kind of wanted to give that effect to everything. So the Team Northland sleds were always painted up like that.
Mhm.
And Humpy was so good at staging our sleds that there would be like 5 staging rows. and there would be a Northland sled at the very front of the row of each one. Because that was back in the day where it was first come, first served for your pick off the line.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
on.
So we just like look at that going, all right, we're number one and the race hasn't even started yet.
So he wasn't
Right on.
part of your team. He just favored you guys.
Oh no, he was part of our team. He was a very important part of our team.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
He staged the sleds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
His job was to make sure sled and rider knew where they were, and he made a sport out of that.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I really like that TNT look, though. That is so cool.
And it was really cool because, like, when you're at the snowcross races, you could pick out your sleds, like in all the carnage and everything going on and all the roost. You could pick them out like that.
That's cool.
That's wild.
I like it. Yeah, I had to ask because I've never seen that before, and it looks really good. So
Yeah, thanks. A little bit of gas.
Okay, the Mini Zed. MJ knows Mike Van Dolder. That was his daughter. That Mini Zed was going to Vivian Van Dolder, Mike's
That's awesome.
girl.
Nice.
I had come across that Mini Zed and bought it up and said to Mike's wife Jen, I said, I've got the perfect sled for Viv. Anyways, that was it. So I was taking it to work and they were coming to pick it up. It even had a funky cover.
That's wild.
That's
It's got its
nice.
own little cover.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I think in that one picture right before the race picture, I think that was the year I raced with Mike Van Dolder on our team.
Oh, right
Yes.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
it really was. And then that
Yeah.
Mini Z was for his daughter. That's so cool.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Beautiful.
And then when you haul something heavy like a Mini Z, what you want to do is you want to counterbalance the weight in the box of your truck.
That's
So-
right. Because
I see what you're doing there.
That
Yeah.
stuff didn't even squat the springs in it.
Yeah.
And fuel was only 78 cents a liter then too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could afford to you couldn't have that much fuel in the back of the truck right now. It'd be worth too much.
You'd get
You know what I
stolen.
mean?
Yeah.
That's a nice
would.
cover on the Mini Z.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say I got to get one of those
know.
for my son's sled. Because for storage.
That's
I was
sweet.
going to a race in Timmins, and it was in the village of North Bay. So I stopped and met the person, and bought the cover.
I didn't even know they made one for them. That's awesome. Right
Yeah.
on.
Brad Hitchcock says Gary's new ride? Question mark. Hey, I'll ride it. I don't care.
Right.
It at least it's something, right? This one here I love.
There you go.
The old
That
670
was my
formula.
second sled that I ever owned.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. It was a tank.
it's a
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
oh,
I think
it's
of
so
all my
powerful.
sleds, I would not go back and ride that one.
Yeah, they're heavy.
Yeah.
I wanted to put on mine. I showed so that is what, a 96.
Yep.
So mine was a 95, the Red Rocket. I wanted to put an SC3 in mine. It would have made a world of difference. I changed the skis on them, so you still got the steel skis. So I already put the pilots on it, and I put a 1-inch riser block onto the handlebar, and I wanted to do the skid, but I sold it before I had a chance because that thing would have been amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 670 is such a great motor. So
It was
much power.
Yep.
Yeah.
The 583s and the 670s were amazing motors, man. They were great.
Yeah.
Well, even
I
the
think
700
MJ
twin. There's a huge following for the 700 twins, and there's so many of those around.
Yeah.
Yeah. MJ, if you have any pull with Ski-Doo,
Mhm.
you gotta talk to them and tell them that Gary wants the 670 back. Polaris has a 650. It's only
Nah.
right that Ski-Doo comes out with a 670.
We could make
For sure.
Yeah.
Not the same. Not the same at all. Yeah. I love
And then
that.
the Formula 3 came out with the
What
the
about
purple
you?
Screamer. Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that with the purple seat, everything.
Remember that? Yeah, it was a
Yep.
great
They
was a
were
great motor.
sled.
Where'd
Paul,
Gary
what
go?
did you have on the F
Oh, I'm
chat?
here.
Oh, he's digitally what are you doing, buddy? There you go.
Something's going on with my camera. It just shut
Uh-oh.
off. Yeah. I might lose it again, so you can't can't be sure.
All right, what are we looking at here, Gary?
I'm looking at a sweet little jump.
Yeah, for sure.
That is. That's it though. Just a pile of snow.
Yep, and
Could
the
be any-
backdrop of the field. That was a Sunday morning, and a bunch of us met to go down to a restaurant
Pair.
about 60 kilometers east of Peterborough for breakfast.
Nice. Right on.
And that was a parking lot.
Well, I was at a friend's house at the edge of his farm on the driveway.
Because we went to the Homestead restaurant and I was going to jump the big snow pile in the parking lot a couple of years ago, but everybody told me not to. They thought it wouldn't be a good idea.
Probably not. They're frozen usually, those things. If you don't hit them right.
It looked nice and soft. Yeah, see, Mike Gula's knows. He says that's a nice little jump. I'll hit it with Mike Gula's XRS. Yeah.
It doesn't even
And
look
this-
like
everyone-
someone really hit that.
Oh, look at this.
No,
Like
I got to go
the
back because
canyons and stuff.
I got to go back because everyone wants to know what a Ski-Doo Ambassador gets paid. And MJ accidentally sent me her paycheck.
Yeah,
And here it
Let's
is.
take a move.
big bucks, and that's for the year.
Nice.
Yeah,
$100.
yeah.
Right
This was
on.
the very first paycheck I ever won racing, like the very first one.
Nice.
So the
So
very
that's your
first time I got paid racing was a $100 paycheck, way back in 2000.
Nice.
Wow, that paid for the whole season.
And I was
Didn't
going through pictures, and I found that check, and I'm like, oh, I had no idea I kept this. That's
Right
so cool.
on. March 26th. That's my birthday, MJ. Wicked.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
What a
awesome.
wicked.
In 2000. So what's the most you ever won? That was the least you ever won. Like, or I mean,
I
that's
don't
your
know.
first.
That was like 2000. That was year 2000, and that was third in semi-pro women.
Nice.
So I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't even remember this until I saw the check, and I'm like, oh, the first check I got.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because back in the day, it was, I don't know, there was a lot more money in racing.
Oh yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah.
What was
20
the
years ago,
biatch
right?
that got first? What'd she walk away with?
I'm gonna guess.
500
I'm gonna
bucks?
guess it was 500,
Yeah.
300, 100. I'm gonna guess, but I
Yeah.
don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Used
right
to pay
on.
to 10th.
What's that?
Used to pay to 10th, I think, if I remember right.
Not for us. For us, it just paid top three, I believe. Yeah, it
That
was
was-
just top three.
Was Mary Orr still racing back then, or was she retired by then?
Exactly. So Mary Orr probably got first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know who would have gotten second.
Yeah. Interesting. Right on. That's cool.
I thought it was cool. I found
yeah,
it.
for
I
sure.
found it last night, and I'm like, oh my gosh! Like,
Yeah.
That's
that's
wild.
pretty cool.
Now,
If you would have
now,
asked
Paul-
me how much that would pay out would have been, I would have guessed $40. But
yeah,
Yeah.
you knew it wasn't much, right?
Yeah.
But
back then, that was
So-
2 tanks of gas in the truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
so, Paul, are you volunteer then as a mechanic for these teams? Like when you're wrenching back in the day, like back in these days, was it a volunteer type thing? You did it for fun, or do these guys pay you? Like, how do you get paid when she's bringing home $100?
Well, it would be more so bragging rights and helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, MJ?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all right though. Yeah.
Yeah. What? So, and roughly, what did your sled like as far as maintenance go? What kind of things did you have to do to your sled to keep it on the track?
Back in that era,
Yeah.
just throw a new trailing arm on every other weekend. It's like bend
Yeah.
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 and
Yeah.
windshield
Brad.
and handlebars. You know what was famous was the big woodpecker. When you land a jump too hard and you woodpecker and you break the peak off your visor off the front of the hood.
I think we have a picture of that coming up.
Yeah.
Those were some pretty painful crashes.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad Hitchcock says that's $20 US, and he's not lying. Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Slowbee's in the house. He says fashionably late, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. There's a nice crew right there.
That is a nice crew.
That's it. The one on the left. You still own that one, Paul?
I do not. No.
Will that guy sell me that one? That's what I want.
It's gone. I don't know who owns it now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you'd like that sled.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? They're before COVID, they're too bloody expensive. I can't imagine what they're selling for now.
Wait until next year, buddy. Things
Is
are going to
that-
be going up by at least 15%.
Is
That's a
that Bob
600R.
in the back of the truck?
It is, yeah.
No, cool. That's the
Yeah, that's the 50 edition. That's the one I'm buying.
Yeah.
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 Oh, where did it go?
That's okay. It was on that one
There
too.
we go. Yeah, no.
Whew.
We can't go through.
Right there. Right there.
Anyway, it's in the back of the truck. So,
Yes.
so and it's a prototype, so it's not worth very much money at all.
Yeah,
It's actually worth more because of that.
exactly. Hand built.
Yeah.
You're not helping me, MJ.
Well,
Not helping me at all.
Bob's pretty near and dear to my heart. I'm gonna get him as much money for that thing as I can.
I actually still have the yellow knee pads from it, so
Oh, those are.
Oh Lord.
They're a
It's like he's
must.
gonna walk over and check it out.
Yeah.
Where's he
Oh
going?
man, he's going to find the knee pads, probably in the garage.
no, I don't have the knee. Oh, shoot. I don't have the knee pads here. I don't have the knee pads here, but I have this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, Rich totaled
Want me to
me.
go grab something now too.
That's all
Yeah,
that's
for
left.
sure.
Last one?
I think I have
Yeah.
a yellow hood. That's maybe is that one the painted one or the plastic one?
It's plastic. They were
So it's
plastic.
not painted the pearl 50th anniversary color.
Mhm.
No, that's a 50 edition hood.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
must be painted then. It was painted like an iridescently pearl yellow, and you have to look at it just the right light.
Yeah, that's painted.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You know what?
And it had the brushed chrome mylar dome decals on it, right, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rich knows because he totaled it.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I was
Oh my
behind
God.
your son when he did that. Yeah.
Yeah. He got my son all hopped up on Red Bull, and that was the end of it. MJ, I'm telling you. So nice machines there, though, Paul. Sorry, this is Paul's picture, not mine. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
That's okay. We're just having a little break on the trail.
Yeah, nice. And you got a big Polaris
Yeah.
Adventure there. That's
Yes.
a beast.
Yep. I can't get him to buy a Ski-Doo.
No.
No.
Hey, if you're driving one of those, there isn't anything more luxurious than that, is there?
Oh, it's a perfect sled.
Yeah. The Expedition's
Mhm.
nice, though. Got a buddy that has
Yeah.
one of those. Oh, like a Mike Gould is coming in there with some $20.
Mike, you're too generous,
Woo,
man. I
nice.
really
New
appreciate
sled.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Check him out on the YouTube network.
Nice.
I've been learning about when my new sled comes in, what I got to do to it when it comes to service, because he's been putting videos up. So he says, "Bam, Mike," as Greg says to him. Yeah, that's a big bam. Good job. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate that.
Some white-tailed
So what do
deer
we-
there in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the field behind my place. Christmas Eve, there was actually 4 deer, but I was able to get 3 in frame. They were just like right on the gas.
Right
going up the
on.
field.
You need some buckshot.
Wrong time of year.
Yeah.
I think we'd been okay if we had a bow and arrow.
Yeah, true.
Bow hunt until the end of December, I think.
Yeah. That's a great shot, MJ.
Yeah, it's wild.
That
This
is
is
the very
awesome.
first time I ever raced a real race sled.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that right?
first time ever on a ZX chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So it was nice and
um,
responsive then, eh? As opposed to your trail sled.
Oh, yeah. But I wasn't. So I was super excited and super nervous because this was the first time I was racing with a team. Before this, I would just go to the races with my pickup truck and my dog. And I totally fell asleep on the line. Like they were way through the first corner by the time I left the line. I was just like, oh, this is really cool. Yeah. That's okay.
awesome.
I was picking my way up there, but yeah,
Right
that
on.
was so awesome. That first time on a race sled.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where was this? Do you remember which track this was at?
Talisman.
Yeah, and dirt. You got
Yeah.
some snert going on.
Tons
Yeah,
of
absolutely. And for a ski hill to have that much snert, that's
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Talisman was such a great place.
It was
Like,
awesome.
I skied there and snowboarded there, and it's like, and now you see the videos on YouTube of the people going into the ruins, and it's kind of sad to see, you know.
Really? It's all like it's abandoned?
Yeah, it's abandoned, and people have gone in and just trashed the place. It's just, yeah, search it up on YouTube, and there's lots of videos of people in there, but it's so sad because they go in the bar area and it's just a mess. It's very sad. We used to bus trip there from the Conestoga College in Kitchener, and what a wild time that was.
Huh. Yep, that was the sled that Victor Sheldon and I shared with the yellow windshield.
Look at the cat jumping in the background. I think that cat, she's gonna come. She's taking you.
I think that's Ann Torrance. I think that's who that is.
Is that our snow
Right
pro?
on.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's giving her.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's your sled, Gary.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, they didn't have the yellow foot mounts on, so that must be a prototype. I don't know. It's devalued even more. I'll still take it though. You know what number was on that one, or was it not numbered?
Oh, I forget there's the number on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had 99 and I had 669.
Yeah,
And
1,000. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the helmet there too. It's got the B on it. But there it is. There's the 600R right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome sled. Very responsive. Very nice handling sled and super quick.
Yeah, they're good motors.
Good on fuel and oil.
And the XRS suspension in it, which was the best.
Yeah.
Like
Nice.
that.
Was a nice sled.
I talked to a guy in the spring about one, and it had high miles on it though. Like I think it had like 18 or 19,000 kilometers. So, 12,000 miles,
Right.
which for a 2019 sled, like 2018 and a half, that was ridden. I mean, it was all northern miles, but we couldn't come to a price, but the, man, that is one I'd like to own both those sleds right there. One day. No, I'm serious. Like that one there is a numbered classic, and the other one's one of a kind, just because it was the first time they put the 600R in that Gen 4, and the graphics are cool. Roscoe ripped off the graphics on it, so Roscoe's got that R on the side of him. So Roscoe might be faster though too, which we're gonna see this year.
There you go. There's your mountain picture.
I know. I told you were in the mountains.
Those are my riding buddies. There, we're in Mont Valin.
Nice.
We were just goofing around that day. We're missing one of our team members because we met some other guy in a parking lot and he had a heart attack and we had to take him to the hospital.
Oh, Jesus.
so Reg wasn't in this picture. He spent his day doing that.
Oh my God.
The guy with the Polaris tech vest.
It was a nice mild day. We're all wearing our tech vests.
Yeah.
And my buddy Klaus, you can see there, he rides Polaris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're up. Yep.
Nice.
The outlaw said he seen Rich eyeing up the Polaris in the back of that last shot. I didn't even see a Polaris. Oh, there is a Polaris back there.
There's his buddy sled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
switchback. Yeah, for sure. So no, I knew I seen mountains in there. I thought you were making me out like I was
that would
crazy.
be it. And actually, for all the Polaris guys out there on this particular trip,
You were on a Polaris.
3 Polarises and 1 Ski-Doo. I was.
So you were still the Ski-Doo.
Of
There you
course.
go.
Yeah, I think I had my 2018 Blizzard 850 then.
Right on.
Yeah, that was
Thank you for staying true to your colors. We
Always.
really us in the Do crew really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Paul Kates, when are you going to ride with the Boost?
When?
Yeah. Bob Payne wants to know. Bob Payne sent me an email in saying how excited he was that you're on the show.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Bob. Yeah, I'm hoping soon, Bob.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I haven't got the big call. I've been teased twice, told twice it's been in, told 10 minutes, 15 minutes later. Yeah, wrong one.
yeah,
That's the worst. Yeah.
that's funny.
Just teasing you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Uncle Buck loves the Rupp crest on your Tech Fest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just
So
saying that.
Tech Rider custom made that for me.
Nice.
So it's not
Oh,
just
that's
expressed
cool.
on there; it's all printed. I actually have it here. I can show it to you.
Oh, do that. That's cool.
It's
Yeah, that is
totally
cool.
printed that way.
Yep. Die sub printed.
So it's on the back.
Nice.
Nice.
I got Snow Joe. Can you see that? Snow Joe's on the.
Right
No,
on.
here, let me make you big. Hold on, let me make you big there.
Run. See what we
Do
got
that
here.
again.
So I got Rupp on the back,
That's cool.
awesome.
and then there's a little bit of Rupp on the front.
Nice.
Yeah, right on.
I don't know where it is. There we
Yeah,
go.
you got it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all
How about
backwards,
Snow
right?
Joe? Does anyone know who Snow Joe is?
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Snow Joe,
That's
and
hilarious.
then inside.
Yeah.
Right on.
And that
So-
trip was probably the first time I wore this Tech Vest.
Nice.
That's
And now you can't wear it
awesome.
go without it, right? Once you wear
I
it.
wore, yeah. Well, this is I've had so many Tech Vests, but
Yeah.
this one here, that was the first trip for this one.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you something. Paul Kates will like this. We gave away a Tech Vest on the show, custom printed, and then they sold a bunch of custom printed Tech Vests. And one of the things that I asked Tech Rider was, can get any picture on the inside of that
Anything.
Tech Vest?
Yeah.
And they said, yep. And I said, even Farrah Fawcett from the 1970s poster. And he said, yep.
Yeah.
And that guy went and got Farrah Fawcett on his the
inside.
poster, and he
Yeah.
sent it to me going, hey, by the way, I got Grateful Dead on the outside. He's got all the dancing bears, and he has Farrah Fawcett on the inside.
That's hilarious.
So
Well, Steve
Yeah.
Brand from Tech Rider was supposed to
Yep.
come on this trip.
Oh, okay.
He
Oh,
was
wow.
riding over with Jeremy from Uxbridge Small Engines,
Yeah.
and they ended up into fuel problems or something. They ended up having to stay at the Vergy Reserve in
Oh,
Quebec.
okay. Yeah.
And in the morning, he got up and he slipped and he fell on the grate at the front door and he hurt his back.
Oh,
So he ended up having to stay there all by
Yeah.
himself. The reserve was actually closed because it was only open with one attendant there just to for gassing sleds. And Jeremy came out, but man, Steve Brand, he ended up having to stay there for 2 or 3 nights. Basically, they said, okay, here's the kitchen, here's a loaf of bread. This is all we got. I don't know. They might have had more food than that, but really. And he put a post out there for someone to go grab his truck and drive there. And someone grabbed his truck and drove all the way around and then the other way to get him. And it took him a day and a half, 2 days to get to him. And then when he finally
Holy
got back and went to a hospital, I think he broke his back or something.
yeah,
He should have been wearing his Tech Vest.
that guy has so many stories that it would blow your mind, man.
Yeah.
That's just one more that we heard about him.
Yeah.
They were fun on the show. A lot of fun.
Yeah, they were good.
But,
And Rita's great
yeah.
too. She's
I
awesome.
love
Yeah.
Rita.
Rita's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rita and Melissa, they're all great people that work.
Yeah, it's a nice small family
Yep.
business. I don't know what we're looking at here. I was trying to figure it out when you sent this in, Paul. What is it?
Guesses? Any
It's a
guesses?
Yeti footprint.
Pardon me?
Deer.
It almost looks like a deer leg. Yeah, it almost looks like a deer leg imprint.
It's actually a moose hoof print.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. In the same area as the 3 back pictures or 2 back pictures, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Gary, have you ever seen a moose on the trail?
Yeah. They're ran into one up near just north of Port Sydney, going into
That's
Huntsville.
what I was just gonna say.
They're
Usually between where you cross the lake
Yes.
and the groomer shack,
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
a moose in there a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I run a race can, the rowdy race can, so I don't see any wildlife. I can't afford a can. I just run it. I don't have an exhaust. I just run it. I just open the manifold up. Paul Cates told me it gets more power that way. Just said take the Y. He said take the Y pipe off, Gary. So, no, I run quiet, but we've seen lots of deer, of course, but I was saying last week, I've knock on wood, I haven't seen a moose on the trail yet. So it's neat to know, like that's near the Hill and Gully Riders groomer shed, right?
Yeah. Right at the bottom of the hill before you turn and go up towards the shack.
Yeah, it was big size too.
Yes.
Big size.
Yeah.
See, and that's where all my buddies stop and mark the trail there. So that's probably why they're not around anymore.
My brother hit a deer once, and he had a DX hood on. And when he hit the deer, it cracked his hood, but it left like a tuft of hair about 3 inches long and about 2 inches high, like all along the hood. And he rode like that for the entire year.
And then when he took it off to replace it, that's a conversation piece. You hang that up in your garage.
Because other than that, the hood was mint. It just had this little crack in it with all this hair sticking out of it.
Yeah. Oh, Odie's never seen the moose either. Odie, the sled car guy, is down there all the time. Never seen it. But I hit a deer with my truck. Two deer ran across, and I went between them. The one went right in the side of my truck, and his or her hair is still in my caught between the fender skirt. And
that's what we're talking about. Keep that there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've tried to get rid of it, but apparently I'm told I'm supposed to fix the dent, but I'll get around to it one of these days. I got a podcast to do.
Well, there you go. This is like we intentionally tried to tease you with the sled.
Yeah.
It is. MJ said, Paul, your buddy wants to sell those two junkers. Put them on the screen. Gary's going to buy them. Yeah, it's a big conspiracy theory. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh, that's got to replace belly pan on it.
Yep.
That's a newer yellow belly pan. What are you trying to do to me, Paul? Because it had a black mesh in them. It wasn't until the next year that they came out with the yellow with the plastic grill. Oh, man, that price has come way down now. So Matthew Nicholson's in the house. He missed half the show.
Yep.
Matthew, we're looking for super chat so I can buy that 600R right there while my Renegade comes in. Yeah. So
desperate times.
I know it is. I'm almost thinking Polaris. The P word came out of my mouth a few times the last couple of weeks.
I'll let you ride Becky here.
Yes. Oh, MJ, those are the funnest machines. My Motoski Mirage 3 with the same engine. And my buddies had the black versions of Becky, the 1985 Safari 377s, and we rode those everywhere. 60 miles an hour to the bar. Yeah, they were fun. Oh, we went everywhere. We went to Kinesis Lake and Bancroft and Lake St. Peter and Huntsville, and oh yeah, it was great. Hey, that story I told you last year, Rich, about there were a couple of years with the Moose. What is the Moose Lodge or whatever it's called now? The Chinese food place.
Oh right, yeah,
Hans and Franz. That was on the that was they that we went there one time with the safaris. Yeah.
Steve had a 600R last year, and I had the Safari, and we went for a ride out around. Where does that trail go? The one that doesn't go to Baysville, but.
Oh, you mean number 55 by Doug?
Yeah,
Ford's
we took
place?
55, and then we came back to Fred's place, and he's like, "Where do you want to go next?" And I'm like, "Back."
I want to go get the Gen 4. Yeah.
And the trails don't even look that rough, but it was brutal.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You don't sit down on those. That's the key. You just stand up and
we're going to be better paired this year because we'll have the 88 Safari, and then I had picked up a 1980 Blizzard 5500.
Ooh,
so I think if we have those, then we'll be able to ride.
That's cool.
Nice.
That'll be better. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Oh, did you have to, where was that one there, Paul? Sorry.
That was the Ganaraska Forest. We had like 14 people with us that day.
Ooh, the Ganny.
Wow.
Myself and the neighbor, we left from our house and met these guys down there, and we had a great day of riding. We did lose 2 guys for a couple hours. They got completely lost. They were new to snowmobiling.
Uh-oh.
And, we'd use technology to get them, and it worked out okay. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a perfect day because more fresh snow. Trees were just hanging with snow that day.
Yeah, you don't usually get that much snow down there anymore, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
I love it though when the trails look like that and it's a nice
Yeah.
snow in the air. It's like,
It's nice.
yeah.
nice.
What's
Where's
with the
it?
tape on your nose, Paul?
It was super cold, and I had a surgery on my nose. So I was just trying to keep the cold off my nose. We rode from Peterborough to the Ontario-Quebec border.
Nice.
That's cool. Oops.
We were just like partway there. The trails were mint.
The
Hastings.
Center Hastings Snowmobile Club.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we were almost to Bancroft, I think.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah,
Blair's guys happy.
Loving the
Yeah.
trails. The conditions were perfect. Absolutely.
Hey, Rich, you got it. Oh, man, look at that. Big set of Rotella snowmobile, the shell snowmobile oil on the back.
Yeah.
That's for the
hilarious.
Ski-Doo, I bet.
No, it wasn't for me. I had two XPS
Shell
in my
oil.
backpack. I went through a jug the first day. We put 326 miles on that day.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Nice.
You said your biggest day is 1,200. What do you comfortably like to do in a day when you're out riding?
I'll ride 50 kilometers till like everybody's done riding.
No.
I'll ride like just that. I'm happy just
Yeah.
getting out. We went out for an hour or two, or we went out for 20 hours. I'm fine either way.
Right on.
Yeah, that's kind of my philosophy too, right? You get with the right group as well, you know?
Yeah, and if there's
So-
like 2 or 20, it's equally as fun.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on.
Are
On top of the race
you-
trailer.
you trying to be warm or what was going on here?
Well, this was the second weekend I ever raced a race sled. So we were at Searchmont in Sault Ste. Marie, the last race of the year. They used to have an awesome race at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. And I told you I shared a sled with Victor Sheldon, and he was from California. And he was up on the top of the trailer having a nap. And I'm like, oh, this is a really good idea. and I had awesome motocross race attire.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so we're just up there having a nap right beside the factory race trailer there. You know,
Nice.
chillaxing.
Brad Hitchcock's commenting on the last photo. He said, those trails look terrible. I wouldn't ride there.
No, don't come. Save them for us.
That's
They all
hilarious.
suck like that up there.
Yeah.
No, I seen that picture and I thought you guys must have been trying to get warm or something, like
It was
basking in the sun.
a really nice day, but anyone that's ever raced at Searchmont, there's this wicked cold mass of air that just whips through there. And we had a little bit of shelter there from the Formula XPS trailer.
The big team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, usually we'd be the big team, but no, they came.
Yeah. Did you ever, when you stopped racing, did you ever have those trailers with the patio doors and stuff on? Like that first trailer we showed was just basically an enclosed. So you did have the luxurious
Yeah,
pad
we
in the
did.
back.
I was with Brentwood Racing for a while, and we had that with them.
Mhm.
And then after that, I went Precision Power Sports, where that was just. But we had the warmest and the most hospitality in our trailer. Then we had a party trailer when I was with Precision. It was a good trailer, and the warmest one going. It was awesome. KATES, when did you start coming with us racing?
2005.
Mm-hmm.
You think it was that late?
It might have been 2003, 2005.
When did you stop racing, MJ? What year did you stop racing?
I stopped in 2007.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you race MX before that?
I've actually never raced a real motocross race.
Oh, is that right?
Just for fun.
Would it? Yeah, would have never known.
No.
There you go. And here's you're on your way to Pembroke. Is that what that sign says? Yeah.
Yeah. Trails are absolutely perfect.
Yeah. Brad Hitchcock wouldn't ride there either. For sure.
Well, they're missing out. There was a bumper crop of snow that year.
Right on. Good
There we go. The moto skeeter.
There you go. So that's a 550 moto skeeter, just like the one here.
That's hilarious.
And that's me racing the vintage race there at the year before you came out, Gary.
Yeah,
Right
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good one.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how fast it goes. That looks like a hoop, man.
Yeah.
I tell you, I had no brake whatsoever. I think I had those two fingers wrapped around that brake lever the entire time. Nothing there.
Well, if you stood up, you could stop right away, right?
I think if
Shot
I
into the
stood
rhubarb
up,
too
I
much.
would. I don't know what would happen. The bike would probably collapse.
Yeah. but just let's put it into perspective, though. Tell them what your daily rider is in the summertime.
Oh, my full size bikes.
Yeah.
So I have a 125 and a 250F YZ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice.
She's got game, so we're not talking about moto skeeter,
I love
5
my
mile an
bike.
hour things here. Yeah.
I love my bikes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's always in the back of her truck too, all summer long.
Oh, you see me go by. But sometimes I'll go straight from the track and then go by your place and go out for a swim. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And if anyone watches my channel, that's how MJ and I met. She tried to kill me this summer.
Yeah, it was
and
awesome.
This is day 2 of the vintage enduro. And what a riot. What a riot that was. It was I actually misplaced I didn't lose my keys like someone else did.
No,
I misplaced my keys that morning, and then I ended up riding in the pouring rain to the race. So you talk about riding, like I basically rode right off the road and onto the track, and I couldn't believe they let me on, and they did. And I still haven't done that video. That day 2. And I think next year they got to find more rain. It wasn't wet enough.
So here's my question. Which track was harder, Saturdays or Sundays?
Sundays was only harder because it was so wet. Like when I say torrential downpour, like the heavens had opened up. It was insane.
You were at home sleeping for that part.
No, I was.
We're hearing the truth.
Yeah, I was at the kitchen table ready to go, thinking it started at noon, and then I was on Facebook and someone had posted a 10 a.m. start. And I'm like, well, thanks for telling me. So
I honked my horn on the way by.
And then I got in shit. Well, I think Steve was the one that texted me and said, like, the race is on. Are you not going? And then I lost my straps to strap it on the truck. And then I couldn't find I got it on the truck, strapped down. And then I couldn't find my keys. And it's like, holy crap. So I just ended up unloading the bike and riding to the race. It's like, whatever.
You did? I didn't know you rode to the race.
I rode to I've got it. You'll see it on the video that I put out next. So I rode I couldn't find my keys. You know where they were? I had my phone
they were in your fanny pack.
No. My phone and my keys on my ATV, and I backed my ATV out to get my bike, and the phone slid and the keys fell behind the winch on the winch plate. So I could look everywhere and not find them. It wasn't until the next day that I was explaining to Drew what happened because I didn't have my keys. And I said, like, I just backed the quad up, and then we looked in behind the winch, and there they were sitting. So pretty crazy. But yeah, it's the
Godfrey brothers.
It was a lot of fun. Yes. Yeah. And then this is a picture of me going up the rocket launch.
That's a good shot.
It is, isn't it?
I think Cupcake took that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
All they got was the back of me because I was going so bloody fast through there, man. So the rocket launch doesn't look big in the video. It looks like a bump. It was a rock that you stood up on your pegs and you didn't see over the top of it. It was that tall.
And it's wet and it's like straight up.
It's a boulder. You go right up. I mean, it's I was following those boys on the XR, the Hugh brothers, and they
Dude, yeah.
launched off of that. They're
They're
amazing.
kind of competitive. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I had to let them pass at the one point. So and then this is the shot where I think I was following them, but yeah. So it was a riot, but it damn near killed me. I gotta do some. I gotta hit the treadmill or something before I do that race again. I'm telling you. So.
Where is this, Paul?
That's on the Ontario-Quebec border, day 2.
Nice.
Temiskaming?
You know what? If you go out of
North
town-
Renfrew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Good trip.
Nice.
Yeah, they definitely had more snow there.
Right on.
That's cool. The guy in the Polaris should take some pictures so we get some Ski-Doo people in these, you know.
Buy him a camera for Christmas.
Exactly. Yeah. Does he not own a phone? Like, come on. You know, and he could park back further too. Like,
Yeah.
don't you think he's crowding
He likes to
the
be
Ski-Doo.
center of attention.
I think so.
Polaris riders are all right. We like everybody.
Oh, for
We
sure.
do.
For sure. Hey, you can't be mean to him because he's carrying all your gear, right?
No, he wasn't carrying anything of mine. I carried all my stuff.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
That's
We
the
get our
Trojan
Polaris
horse
guy
of
to carry
snowboarding.
stuff for us.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, my do has no storage at all. So there we go. Another TNT there. Oh, look at that. And a Renegade in the back there.
Nice.
Yeah, I think there was a 20.5 Ski-Doo there. We were testing out a 20.5 Ski-Doo.
Nice. How do you get on that?
Well, my friend Steve has a dealer, so
Yeah.
we were riding with him that day.
You know, it's good to be on really good terms with your dealer.
Yeah.
I know.
Hint,
Do you
hint.
get your sleds on time then too? Is that?
Well, you just get teased about them coming in, so
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's that Manta green. That's what Slowby was
Yeah.
saying. I like that. It's a wicked color.
I kind of
Yeah,
like
that's
it now.
Slobies.
Yeah, it's nice. It's wicked. You got to change up the
My-
colors every now
I
and
didn't
then.
like it at the time, but no,
Yeah.
it's good.
I like it.
My screen's making it look more lime green than what it actually is.
Yeah.
So it tends to do that.
that was another great. We
Oversaturated.
saw lots of people out that day.
Yeah.
We went on a couple 100 miles, and there was just a ton of people out that day. That was a Saturday.
Nice. It doesn't look busy though. Looks good.
No, that was the end of the day coming back to his cottage, but we saw a ton of traffic, and it was right around. It was maybe the weekend before, or 2 weekends before the that long weekend that we have in February, the Family Day weekend.
Family Day.
I
Yep.
think a lot of people were testing out their older sleds. It was unreal. I should have had GoPro on.
Wow.
It was
I
incredible.
like those days. Actually, down here when we ride Hillsburg, the one weekend we were out, it was all old sleds. Like we were on 2009s, and we felt like we had the newest sleds in the world then. That day, it was all old Polaris
Old
wedges.
stuff, yeah.
And,
I love that.
yeah,
That's so
yeah,
stuff.
it's cool.
great.
So
I-
Ryan at Canuck Sports was asking MJ and Paul, what dealers are you affiliated with?
I'm affiliated with St. Ange Recreation.
All right.
Yeah, so Paul does a lot of the race sleds and everything for St. Ange. That's basically what he's got in his background there.
Right on.
And I'm not really affiliated with any single dealer.
Mhm.
I did get my my sled out of St. Ange Recreation, and they're pretty close to me. But also, I love Larry's down in Orangeville.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a favorite, and it's for me. It's the personal relationships that I have with those people. It's just, I've known them forever, so
Yeah.
that's
Right on.
just who I love to deal with. But
Good.
they're all good dealers. Everybody is. Like I have good relationships. Everybody.
Energy
around.
Power Sports sponsors the show, by the way. Okay, and you got to be nice to them.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're supplying everybody with fun too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
But everybody's good dealers, right? So and
yeah.
Neil is selling fun.
The fun thing
Yeah.
about what I do with my work is I sell parts to dealers. So I get to know everybody behind all the parts counters. So I have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Including
Now
the-
your parts are more unique. They're harder to find. Is that right? New, old stock, that type
new
of thing.
old stock, obsolete. And
Yeah.
primarily we distribute directly to dealers. But more and more dealers don't have time for the really, really old stuff because you have to go back to parts diagrams that are on paper and on parts fiches, and they don't have the resources to deal with that as much as they used to. So we sell direct sometimes too.
Nice.
Yeah.
And there's a big demand for that still, I guess, with a lot of the older sleds needing repairs and
Oh, huge. It's insane.
yeah.
Someone stop the madness. I just want to go riding.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Is that kind of an Achilles heel that you're so passionate about snowmobiling, but you work in a sport that's so demanding, like the business is so demanding on it?
That's exactly it. Exactly. It's what do you do? I don't know. Like I love what I do every day when I come to work and the people I talk to throughout my day. It's just a great day, but it's would I rather be riding? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Twist my arm.
You can always take January and February off every year, right?
Yeah, sure. They don't need me here. No.
No, not that time of year.
No.
Everybody's got their parts. Close up shop. So
Tempting. The way my schedule is looking for the next 6 weeks, it's kind of feeling like it's going to have to be like that.
Yeah. Is there any shortages of parts, or like when you're talking new old stock, is there a point where it's like, oh, we don't got any?
Always, but that's the thing with new old stock parts. That's just always like that. So the fact that there's part shortages out there, well, what else is new? That's the fact of having
your
a
life.
50 years old.
Yeah.
Like we run into that all the time. The biggest thing we're noticing it right now is in the rubber compounds and the tracks and stuff, because manufacturing, just to keep up to the OEM 2022 demand for tracks, is sucking the market dry.
Yeah.
So I would usually get a production run of old school tracks made for this year. And I got a call way back September, October saying, yeah, this year it's not happening. You know, that run you booked, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, everybody's looking for like just a basic 121 track or something older. And now I won't get them.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be the new shortage globally is rubber. It's like you try going to get a tractor trailer tire right now. It's brutal. It's really bad. So
yeah,
it's all driven by the oil industry too, right?
Yep.
Oil, rubber, all that. Yep. So, but these moose are in the whoops. Like that's a dangerous spot.
Right.
The one's a midget. He's got short legs.
Yeah, he's up to his.
Yeah, that's
hilarious.
He's in a 3-foot hole. That's in Bob Cajun.
MJ would be turning that into a single, that double right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right over top
through
of
the
the moose.
legs of that moose.
Over the one and under the next.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
More like a luge course or something. I'm not sure.
So that's Bob Cajun. How did that make your butt pucker when you came across those, or were you guys behaving yourselves that day?
I just rolled right up into the trees with my sled, and we had a guy that was with us. And he wanted to go. He fired his sled back up, and I hit his kill switch, and I said, "Yeah, that's not a good idea."
No.
So he just kind of stayed put, and we watched them. They stood there and kind of looked at us, and they didn't seem too worried or upset we were there. They seemed to be pretty domesticated. Now there was a bunch of logging in the area going on, so I'm sure they were well versed with noise and stuff.
Yeah.
And also an aggregates pit as well, which would be running machinery probably more so in the better weather. So I'm sure
and people around, and
they were definitely not too concerned about us.
Yeah, he looked at you. He looked at you, Paul, and said, "I can take him."
Yeah. I wasn't even going to challenge.
The one in the back had your ticket, and the one in the front was going to take the guy on the adventure.
Yes. Good possibility.
Yeah.
Saw lots of
There
wild.
they are.
Oh, there they
Yeah.
are. They're pretty.
Yep,
They
they're
are.
moseying on down the trail, literally.
I love that shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I thought you had face frostbite on your nose, and that's why you stopped. You had that protection, the protection against it there. Brad Hitchcock says, Gary, those are Tug Hill bumps. Oh yeah, the Twin Peaks of Tug Hill. Yeah. Here we are again here too.
Yeah,
What are you riding, Paul?
area, same area, Bob Cajun, just further on down the trail.
Nice. I've never ridden up that far.
Yeah,
Bob
their
Cajun.
trail network is quite nice. Yep, lots of scenery.
Yeah.
Trails are always in good condition.
I heard the constellations reveal themselves one star at a time too.
They definitely do on a clear night.
In Bob Cajun. Yeah, in Bob Cajun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, sing it, MJ. You know it.
Right on.
For all the American friends, that's
Whoa,
a tragically
what are you
hip.
looking at now?
Ooh.
I think it's phalanx.
A flat note rod bearing.
I was gonna say that's like a
Whoa.
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah. I don't think it's supposed to look like that.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Jumpman Jay got it. He says the hip. Of course. It's a tough crowd, Jumpman, you know.
Oh, who knows
Tough
where
crowd.
this is?
It's the West Way.
Yeah, it's the best way.
Exactly. See, I beat Rich to it.
I was
Yeah.
typing
beat
to Tony here.
Super
Yeah.
cold
Yeah.
morning, just sitting around waiting for the game to get ready.
Nice.
Nice. I like that X you're sitting on there. 2017 or 2018?
It might have been a
Was it?
2016, and it was a 600 E-Tech, and I had so many miles on that thing.
Yeah.
The
That's
chassis
awesome.
itself had probably 40,000 kilometers on it. It's a good sled.
Serious?
Never let me down once. That was
Yeah.
a sweet little sled. It just kept giving. So
There's something about those XS chassis, man. They went forever. It doesn't matter if you had an 800 E-Tech or 600 E-Tech in them. I don't
Yeah.
know of anybody that had any bad experiences with them. That's for
it
sure.
went forever.
Right on.
And my buddy there on the that's my neighbor Jeff Pearson, and he always wears Arctic Cat gear on his Ski-Doo.
He must love that coat, right? When he rode a cat.
I think it's his warmest coat because we were
That's
up in
hilarious.
Cochrane. It was cold, but yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I love it. Yeah. You got to do
Yeah,
that.
my nephew
Mark-
in the background by the Polaris, which my brother was riding that year.
Oh yeah.
Mark Bow, he wears his Yamaha jacket
There you
with
go.
his Ski-Doo. So
Yeah.
you can't go wrong there.
Right on.
Yeah, it's a good crew.
Yeah.
So how many kilometers do you normally put on an average, MJ, in a season? And
You know,
Paul,
it
same as you.
varies so much just based on when I can get away. But if I
Yeah.
can put 10,000 kilometers on in a year, I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Paul?
My rider was injured a couple of years ago, so I put on 7,500 miles a couple of years ago.
Miles.
Those are good numbers. Wow.
We had
Jeez,
some
that's good.
really, really good rides all season, and the season started early.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now, do you
Do
guys
you-
got
do
a
you
favorite
work-
destination you go to? Like usually, like you start off up in Cochrane, or you head over to Quebec, or
just basically anywhere where there's good snow and the time presents itself to get
Mhm.
in some good rides.
yeah. How
Yeah.
about yourself?
A lot of the times we go up to Temiskaming and into Quebec,
Yeah, it's
and then
nice.
we
up
have
there.
big loops there. Even if we just go for an overnight trip, we can come back and have over 1,000 K on just in a quick overnight trip.
Mhm.
Temiskaming's only 2.5 hours away from my house, so
Perfect.
Yeah.
really sweet. Last year we did a loop from Rolfton over to Mikos, and that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's
Now, do you work in the wintertime, Paul, or do you do this around your job?
I do it around my job.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Gooley says he had 16,900 on his XS before he sold it, and Troy Park said he had 19,000 on his XS chassis 900 Ace. See that?
Four-stroke, yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, it's a great chassis.
it
I
was
was
a
just
good
talking to someone. I know, and good looking, and yeah, good style. It's awesome.
Look at that more.
Yeah, I know. It's not supposed to look like that, is it, Paul?
Well, that's a freshie. That's to replace the one with the flat note rod bearing.
Oh, is it okay? See, that's the way I run mine too, with no manifold on it there.
Yeah,
Of course,
straight,
that's the wrong
straight.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a squirt bottle. You're just squirting my fuel in
That's
there.
right. I just no exhaust or intake. It is
That's hilarious.
You need to open them up so the scarves have somewhere to get stuck, right? When you're riding. Yeah. I like it. I like the plastic table you're using there. That must be good and sturdy for those.
It is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a big motor, man.
How there we go. There we go.
There's a piston. Wow.
There's what happens when you try to run pump gas in your E-Tech RS motor.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Who did that, Paul?
Literally blows the top off and puts a hole in it in a couple of spots.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No, you just JB welded. You just JB welded that and sold it, didn't you?
Yeah, and I actually TIG welded the whole piston and then milled it back to proper shape and put a new ring on it.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, the locating pin's still there, so it's still good, right?
Well, it gave me an index to put a new pin.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
some way to do it.
That's
There's a little pin right there.
You got 5,000 more K out of that one.
Locating pins there, you're good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's good. What do you like when you put in new pistons? What the heck's that? Paul, is that your graphic, Paul?
No, I don't think so.
When you put in new pistons, look at now it's speech to text.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, geez.
That's too funny.
All right. Here, let's try and get this back. There we go. When you put in new pistons, what's your go-to brand that you like to put in your machines, Paul?
You know what? I really love the OEM brand on any engine. I'm a firm believer in OEM. There's a lot of really good aftermarket piston manufacturers as well. Depends on whether you're gonna like beat the daylights out of it or just kind of roll along at 35, 40 miles an hour. You can't beat an OEM piston.
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. They make them for the machine, right? They know what it needs to do.
We're the same way with our vintage parts. If
you go
we
with the
have
OEM.
OEM, they're getting OEM. Unless it's a last resort, we don't even source aftermarket for them. But it's just if there's nothing else available, then that's what we have to do.
Oh, was that an old Formula Plus?
Stop it. You're getting ahead of us
Let's
here.
see. Well, come on, Gary. Let's go.
we have to look at my 600R again here right now.
Where?
I'm not gonna zoom in on the left there.
Oh, there you go. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm not gonna zoom in anymore because
The 850 and the 600 are mine.
nice. So, did you say what you're riding now, or what's your trail sled now?
I'm waiting for a Mach Z.
Yeah.
Oh, you did too. You did say that, right?
He's tired of hauling oil around, right, Paul?
Yeah, you know what? I actually did get a little bit tired of it because
it's a pain in the butt.
yeah, it is and it's not. If you can put it somewhere, but you're basically backpacking it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Would you do you think you're going to mile out that Mach Z and then sell it, or is it something you want to keep?
Oh, I'll definitely keep it because it's a 1 year old sled in that Gen 4, so I'm definitely going to keep it.
And that motor will go forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely run forever.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm amazed.
What did
I love
MJ just said? MJ just let us know that it's a 2-year sled.
No, should have ordered two. One to put on the
She's trying to get her in trouble, right?
and one
I
just
never said
to
that.
punish out there.
Yeah.
What does MJ know? She had 2 years up in her. Now she's changed the story again. Why did you go with a Mach just because it's heritage over a regular 900 turbo?
I figured, you know what, if you're gonna jump in and it was a 1 year sled, it kind of really appealed to me.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been happy with a 900R in any other model. Wouldn't have to be an XRS with the smart shocks or something. It's because they all the brands or all the models of Ski-Doo are pretty appealing to, I would say, anybody riding a sled. It just depends on your preference and where you want to go with it.
Yeah. That box could be nice. You're gonna love it.
I figured the Mach Z would more appeal to me because I just like that collectability of the sled down the road.
Yep, for sure.
I can tell by what you're buying there. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. No, that's great. You should have kept the 600R. You should have kept the 650 edition and a Mach Z. What a collection.
All right, Gary, let's get on to the next photo. I want to see that Formula Plus. Let's go.
Oh, my button's broken. Click, 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 click. This is when the Plus was a Plus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, that thing's in mint.
Well, that's a really old picture.
Okay,
that's
I was going to say, so that's old. That's when you.
That's when it was brand.
Yeah. I'm sitting there going, man, that's it. But then I started looking in the back. It's like, yeah, it's an old photo.
That is my very first sled.
Nice.
Yeah, when I moved to Muskoka, that's what I brought up here with me.
Right on.
And Greg, what is in the background? Greg from Sometime Is Now. What is in the background there?
That's
Greg. It's the ever-changing vistas of Mary Lake. Right there, Greg. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ripped around on that sled forever. Even when I first started snowcross racing, I was still riding that sled. And I was keeping up to all my fast buddies on the trails with brand new S chassis MXZs. Remember how we started off talking about that MXZ when it first came out? That was like the XRS of the day.
Oh, yeah. Look at the travel on that front arm. The suspension. There's not much there. A metal skis.
You know what? The center of gravity was so low.
Yeah.
They were a nice old sled that was.
They handled. Handled so nice. If you had to tap that brake, you were done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just look so fast sitting still like that. Yeah. And that's before Mach was ever a twinkle in Ski-Doo's eyes. That was like they had the MX and then they had the Formula MX in gray and then they had the Plus come out and it was like, oh, I'm not worthy. My buddy Grant had one. I think it was a year newer than that one. But what a great sled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made them up until 93.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the EFI in 93.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great I showed a picture last year of us and yeah, that was with my Moto Ski Mirage 3. And then it must have been 91, I think. So it was all brand new. So there's brand new Formula Plus, brand new, like all the sleds are brand new, but it was like this, that good a shape.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, the Mach. Right on.
See, Rich has to see the old Formula Plus because he doesn't like seeing these nice newer Ski-Doos. Yeah.
The old stuff's cool to look at.
It is. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it is. There's quite a following.
How far they've come.
Too. They're hard to buy.
For the PRS chassis, big time.
Really want to part with them.
Yeah. And this is someone that ordered the new gauge, and there's no chip, so they've got their the paper maps out again.
Yeah.
What's the is that Mr. Polaris that's there at the blue jacket?
Yes, it is.
What's he doing there?
It looks like he dropped a contact lens or something.
I know it does. By God, the moose was this far away from me. Yeah.
Oh, that's up in Coe Hill.
It looks familiar.
Yeah, that's the sand shed, the township yard ahead of you.
Yeah.
The snowmobile trail used to go through there. Now you kind of
behind it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It wiggles. It wiggles down the road and into the woods, and misses a section that kind of went northwest.
Right on. Cool.
But another perfect day. That was just another perfect day.
It wiggles.
It wiggles. It wiggles
we
and
got some-
wobbles.
we
What
got a
do
little
we
bit of-
have here?
Now we've got a little bit of other product, right?
Yeah,
I'm liking the
Okay.
rev right in the middle.
yeah, that's
Blair
Gonna say the
Morgan.
Revs surrounded by an SRX, old
Yeah.
cat.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
that cat was a record holder on Sturgeon Lake, 136 mile an hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's wild.
When was that taken? That was
Last
recent?
March.
Yeah, nice. How many miles has your Blair Morgan got on it?
I think about 16 or 17,000. It's on its second engine.
Yeah.
Miles.
Energy Power Sport says, "Hey MJ, next time you come down south, keep driving past Larry's. We're not that far." LOL. See, that MJ just doesn't know Energy Power Sports because Energy's fairly new. Did the new kid on
Larry-
the block. So
Yeah, you guys could probably compete with Larry because Larry gives me Peroni.
we can get you some Italian beer. We can get you ballistic.
Well, you
mud
brew your own beer,
ballistic-
so
Yeah.
I don't brew it. I don't brew my own beer. Let's get this straight. It's real beer. It's Upper Thames Brewing. Come on. Don't make it sound like I'm squashing grapes in my basement here. That's my
Homebrew.
wine that I make. But
Yeah.
yeah. What's
There you
Brad
go.
Hitchcock? He's looking for a friend, Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that guy was last picture. He's looking
oh,
for
okay.
yeah. He probably doesn't have many when he rides a Polaris, right, Brad?
Oh, no, he does.
Easy. Come on now.
We love Polaris.
That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's one of those Polaris, those 700Xs or whatever in the back there.
Yeah.
What were they
XC,
called?
Yep.
XC. Yeah.
Yep, XC700.
And that looks like that one back there. Is that a 007?
It
A
almost looks
007?
like it. It
Mhm.
does look like it.
You had
Yes,
one of
it
those,
does.
MJ. That's a I
GSX?
think it's an 05 SDI.
Is
Oh,
it a
yeah.
1000?
No, it's a 600 SDI. It's got a bunch of side panels and stuff that weren't from it. I think it was just kind of a thrown together sled.
Nice.
Right on. Cool.
There's that Blair
There
Morgan.
we
there's that
go.
Blair
That's
Morgan.
a good shot.
It's got a CSRA decal, Klotz
There's
oil.
the guy again.
Do you have the little digital gauges on the side of the console on that one too?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
See, you got the good one. Yeah, I
Nice.
like it. Yeah, there's that sled, a better shot of it back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
It does. And he's talking about that moose again. It looks like he's actually got a camera. So someone else is a budding photographer in that
Maybe.
group.
Maybe.
Yeah. You just came through that mud hole back there too.
Yeah, it was late in the year. The sun had really beat the daylights out of the snow on the north side of stuff. That was
Yeah,
I think that was around Seagrave. We'd left from Peterborough and did a bit of a loop.
Here we go.
Yeah. Look at these guys. They had a stripper come to the room. That's incredible.
They had a stripper.
Oh, jeez.
You know, even the very worst day ever snowmobiling is like the best.
Right?
We had
So
the worst day of this day, and all day long I just kept telling everybody it was the best day ever.
That's funny. What made it the worst?
Well, we knew we had a big day. We had a big group and we had a big day. And we left the Verendrye Reserve and we were supposed to make our way to Balbazard in northern Quebec there. And it was probably going to be about 550 kilometers, which the bigger your group, that's a long ways. If
Yeah.
it's just a couple of you, then it's not bad. Well, we had freezing rain like you wouldn't believe all day.
That sucks, eh? Yeah. But
All
still, you're
day.
riding.
And then I'm trying to think of the name of the resort. We always stop there. Right before you get into Balbazard, the last fuel stop before you get there is Loch Fallon. And we get there and we usually call the cook to get that we're on our way because we're about an hour away and he can get our food on. And they're like, "We don't have your reservation. You were supposed to be here last night."
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah. So luckily they found room for us here at Loch Fallon and we were just bagged. The crew was like so tired from going in the rain all day. And it was not just freezing rain for like an hour. It was freezing rain for like 8 hours straight.
We have a picture of that. I'm hoping it's the next one.
It was brutal.
There's a picture of it. It's
Also a
pretty
cool day.
crazy.
We stopped in Louvacourt. Has anybody ever been in Louvacourt?
I don't think so.
Oh
No.
my gosh. Really weird town, very small town.
Yeah.
There's
banjos playing.
Population of dogs is probably the highest, and then the population of children, and then the population of adults.
Did they have if you took all the teeth in the village, was there a full set?
She counted the dogs, maybe.
Hey,
Holy.
look at that. I was
Wow.
the
it
next
was
photo.
thick.
That's
It was thick.
Needed heated visor and goggles for that. Right?
Heated visor, and also you turn your grips on really hot,
Yeah.
and you wear thin gloves, and you get your gloves hot, and then you do this. You can like, you got to get your hand hot to melt it.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
We did that.
And the
all
ketchup
day
and
long.
ketchup and mustard back there, that XRS.
Oh.
That's another one.
I had a ketchup and mustard sled 2007. Remember that, Paul?
Yeah,
Ketchup and
Yeah.
I
mustard.
do.
Yeah.
The ketchup and mustard sled is exactly what I called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. But yeah, I've been out riding. We were up near Matawan. We had freezing rain like that the one time. It's not fun.
Yeah.
You know, it sounds like you guys went more miles and didn't have a real destination to end up at. Anyway,
Well,
I
we
like
did
this. I
have
hope here I got
problem.
to zoom in on this.
Do you see this, Paul?
Yeah.
Is this your daughter or your wife? It's got
Okay.
your sister, maybe.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
A racing
racing
girl. Her
girl,
name is
yeah.
MJ Thompson. She's my
I wanna be
best
just like her.
racing friend.
That's
She's
awesome.
very nice. Her racing number is 442. She races for Northland Recreation and Ski-Doo. I have a picture signed by MJ. I love it a lot, and I'm her number one fan. She races against boys and girls. When I grow up, I want to be just like MJ Thompson. Her life sounds fun to me. Good luck in all your races. Your number one fan and racing friend, Emily T. Kates, Frank Arena.
Oh yeah, she gave her. Yeah, we had a little
Send a
pet name
picture
for
here.
her.
Look at her.
Look at that.
Wow, that's some oldies,
awesome. Yeah,
Look at the
That's
sleds that Kate's has lined up there too. That's pretty sweet.
I know.
Blair
So,
Morgan.
Kates, is that your sister? Who is it?
That's my daughter. That would have been my daughter.
That's your daughter. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
How old would she have been,
Wow.
MJ? 8?
I'm trying to guess. Would she be 10?
7?
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
maybe no, I wouldn't think so. Then she'd have been younger than that. She'd have been 7 or 8.
So
Wow.
Paul would literally pack up Emily and go all the way to the Sioux, just him and Emily, and Paul would work on the race sleds all weekend, and Emily would just take care of business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good
Yeah.
question here from Troy Parks. Gary, you pull it up there.
yeah,
Paul,
I
as a
seen that.
mechanic, what's your thoughts on the technology the manufacturers put into the new 2-stroke engines for longevity?
I would say they have done a really good job of making them go a lot longer kilometer wise than it's down to maintenance. Because as MJ said, she had machines that were in excess of 20,000 and 40,000 K. And I've seen several 600, 800, and 850s with over 30, 50,000 kilometers
With no rebuilds?
Yeah.
with no rebuilds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's wild.
Run the right oil and maintenance, right, Paul?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer. It doesn't matter what brand you are, use the factory oil.
Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
The manufacturers spend millions of dollars in engineering a machine, and they set out what they want you to use for oil. I think the factory oil is a key.
Yeah.
And
That's
storage.
wild.
If you're not storing the vehicle properly in the springtime, you end up with humidity and rust. And anytime you ever see an issue, it's usually because there's been rust in the engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing is people starting during the summer and they don't let them run enough to get the condensation out. shut them off, and it just creates more surface rust. You know, I'm a firm believer in winterizing them, summerizing them, and just leaving them sit till you're ready to ride, right?
Yep.
And if you wanted to do something, you could take and roll the clutch once a month. Rolling the clutch is rolling the crank, and it's just moving the oil that's in the motor.
Yeah, just pulling it, right? Getting the pistons going up and down.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Where did it go? But that's a really cute photo there.
We have to say hi to Emily because she's probably watching, right?
She might be watching. Yeah, from Georgia, USA.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's a chiropractor now?
What?
Yeah, she's a chiropractor now.
Jeez.
So she didn't become like MJ at all.
She did race.
Oh, right on.
Did she right on?
Yeah.
Did for a little while.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Right on. And then she went, MJ's life's not that great. I'm going to be a chiropractor. I'm going to make the big bucks.
Well played, Emily. Well played.
Exactly. Now MJ's going, someday I'm going to be just like Emily.
Yeah, someday.
Some old iron over there in the background.
You know this place, Rich, right?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Rich and I stopped here last year.
That's right. Yeah.
Just once?
I stop here. I stop here a lot, believe it or not. But the look at the TNT and the Olympic there, love it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Those are my kids.
Man.
Do you have a silver bullet too, MJ? Don't
no.
Or no.
No desire to have one.
No.
You don't want a silver. Well, I'll let you ride my silver bullet if I find one.
Okay. If
we actually found one. We found one in the dump. A buddy of mine got it going, and it only had a 3/4. Yeah, it was in the dump, and it needed some work. And
the dump.
He didn't know what he was doing, but he ended up getting the clutch off by hanging it from the tree in his front yard and banging it with a sledgehammer.
Oh my gosh!
So, but it actually ran, and we ran that for I think 2 seasons. I don't even know if it's in a field somewhere. I should probably ask my buddy's dad and see if it's still back there. It wasn't going to win any beauty pageants, put it that way, but it was a silver bullet.
So MJ, you take these out obviously every now and then, I guess, eh? Like,
yes.
Yeah.
If it can't be a rider, then I don't need it in my garage.
Okay. Good.
So I make sure they're all up and running and ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the longest you do on them? Like, what do you do? Like a 20-kilometer loop, or?
This is a pretty big drive. So this is from downtown Port Sydney out to Fred's place.
Yeah.
I've also taken the TNT almost to Bracebridge and back before. That was a goal one day. But this day was rough because it was at the end of the year. Like we were there and we went out to Fred's place just to kind of clean up a bit and check things out. And we had spider dogs going in a fire. And all of a sudden these sleds come along. We're like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like there's no snow out here. Like we're on bogies.
Yeah.
And ATVs went flying by. And then when we went to go back home, the ATVs took the trail out.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
So right by that sand pit
Yeah.
where you get on by the camp, they took out that washout section. So when we came to come back, there was 4 feet of water through there.
Jeez.
Holy
and we had these
goodness.
sleds. And it was probably 12 feet wide. And we're like, oh, crap. Now what do we do?
Oh, my goodness. That takes you about 5 minutes on a new sled to get to Fred's place, where on those old ones probably takes you a half an hour or more, right?
Yeah.
It takes a half an hour, and you're just happy that you made it there and back without a repair.
Jeez.
Like it really does take you back to the old days, because that's a pretty good ride right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Fred's place,
sure.
like great memories there. Like we'll be at Fred's place just stoking it up just for something to do, and all of a sudden some dad will pull in with his 2 girls on his little S chassis and stop in, and that's what they do at night. They go out there and hang out for a while and
Right on.
have some treats and then go back home.
Right on.
This stop and then that intersection just down the trail from it, that's the Baysville, like it's the Baysville Bracebridge intersection with the big sign. I've met so many great people at that intersection. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of,
And the one
fun.
that goes up to Huntsville too. That T intersection.
Right on.
It often smells like skunks inside Fred's place for some reason, though. I don't know why.
Well,
Heydays.
right on.
There we go.
You got down there.
John-
I was lucky.
Heydays.
Gibbsy boy there.
Yep, Gibbs is there, and that's Charles beside me. I have my hand on Charles's butt.
Yeah, I see that. Stealing his wallet, were you?
Yeah.
What was Heydays like?
Oh my gosh.
Was that your first time to Heydays?
Glad I made it. I almost made a call not to go at the last minute just because I thought travel and COVID testing and everything was going to be too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
Woo! So glad I went.
Right
It
on.
was 4 days of awesomeness, and actual Heydays is only pretty much a day and a half.
Mm-hmm.
But in the ambassador program, we got to meet everybody, and we did some team building. We did some go-karts and some top golf.
Right on.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The go-karts was fun. We had like a 6-cart pile up. I don't know how many people would do that on a normal day, but we can.
That's funny.
Was that your first time at Heydays?
I'm trying to remember if I was there in 2005 because my ketchup and mustard sled that I had was a sales prototype sled that was at Heydays in 2005, and I still don't know if I was there or not. It was at a different location,
funny.
so I could be confused just based on that.
Yeah.
Like the Heydays then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about doing these shows with Ski-Doo?
Holy crap! Just talking to the people.
Yeah, right on.
It's so great. You just talk to people about sleds all day long.
Yeah.
You hear about how they enjoy sledding, what they do, what they ride. It's just awesome. I love it. It's like, that's just, I don't know. It's great, isn't it, Paul? Like, just to be around anyone that just talks sleds is just cool.
Right on.
And it's the same as like when people race snowmobiles, you'll meet that brand new racer, and when they race, they go to the first race, and you know what they look like going around the trail. They think they're going fast.
Yeah.
You know what they look like. But that's not what it's all about. What it's all about is their play-by-play when they get off the trail and they tell you how awesome it is, and you can see their excitement, and they just can't stand still, and they're going to be faster next weekend. And trail riders are the same way, really. It's just awesome.
Right on.
That's crazy.
I just love it.
Mike Milner was working the main gate at Heydays on the Saturday.
Oh, yay. Maybe let us in.
That's awesome.
On the Saturday, I rolled in with Brett Rasmussen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He
That's
actually,
a name to drop.
he was my date on the way home from the airport.
Cool. Right
On
on.
the way to Heydays from the airport. Yeah.
Right on. Well, you should pull some strings and get him on the show for us.
Brett,
How's that? Yeah.
he's going to sit here and look at trail pictures?
No, we have mountain guys on here. Dan Rona was on.
Okay.
Dan Adams.
Yeah, there's Dan Adams
trails
from
of
Flares.
Dan Adams.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Gracie Gear. There's no trail pictures there.
Okay.
She's all mountain. Yeah.
Awesome.
No,
Yep.
there are a couple of mountain guys. A few mountain guys on. Yeah.
Yeah. And Troy Parks, that name you picked, he's a mountain guy.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll have to look him up.
We don't mess around here, MJ.
Okay.
This is the real deal. You don't think Rich and I are just here because we got the pretty faces. This is awesome. It looks like you're racing.
It's got the old one-piece Ski-Doo suit on too.
That's not just a one piece. That's a TNT women's suit. So it's like little booby darts. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Right on.
Yeah.
That is cool.
I was really disappointed that day.
Why is that?
So
I woke up in the morning, I didn't know what I was going to do. And then someone's like, oh, there's an open house, a show and shine at Hill and Gully Riders, our local club. I'm like, oh, well, I'll go out and see if TNT will start. If it starts, I'll ride over.
If it starts, I'll
I
ride
was-
over.
That's pretty much how you roll when it's really cold. You haven't had your sled running in 6 months. That's how you roll.
Wow.
And here we go. So I rode there. It was brutal. And I get there. I was the only sled that rode there. The only one.
Are you serious?
The only ride-in. I was the
Wow.
only ride-in. Like there was other sleds that weren't in the show and shine, but I was the only vintage sled that rode there.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
That thing,
John,
it doesn't look
John,
like
look
it's
at
got a
your-
mark on it.
No.
those numbers on there, Larry sent me those because he thought I should have them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It doesn't look like there's a mark on that sled. Is it that good a shape?
It's a pretty good survivor. It's all original. It even has the original Dunlop sticker above the headlight.
Yeah, I was
I've
looking
raced
at
it in the Nutcracker and stuff, so it's been beat. But
That-
that's the same sled that's in the trailer pictures I took just last week. 'Cause
Right
I
on.
just pulled the
Yeah, right
engine.
on. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and
So-
that seat is amazing. Like you don't see the seats original like that.
No.
It's a reproduction, but it's done
So
by
good.
the best.
Right on.
Is that the guy from Hamilton? What's his name?
No.
Not
You're
Kyle.
thinking of Kinneborough.
Yes, yeah, Steve Kinneborough or whatever his name is. I think his name's
is it?
Steve.
I don't
Is it
know.
Steve?
But yeah, no,
He
it's
does
not
some
him.
nice work, but no.
It's someone locally that doesn't do seats anymore.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my seat on my 670. Go look at that picture. Drunk Judy did that one for me, and it's mint. I'm serious. It is mint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to stop calling her that because it makes people think she does bad work, but she does amazing work. But
No.
Right on.
yeah, that's nice. Oh, the Axeman cometh.
Who's this fellow?
Well, that's my brother, which
okay,
pretty
right
much
on.
probably taught me how to ride.
Oh, nice. Right on.
Because when you're young and you're learning how to ride,
gotta show him
basically just
then.
have to keep up to the tail light in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of our favorite stops in Quebec. We're
Right
having a
on.
snack.
Yeah.
The snack is on the wood stove directly. Because we're like, well, how do we eat these? And the axe is our flipper.
That's nice.
We got some Pop-Tarts
That's-
on there.
Right on.
That's a Michigan. That's a
Smells
Michigan.
really good in there. We're thinking, as we left there, we're thinking the next people that are going to come in here are going to really appreciate how good it smells in here.
From the Pop Tarts. Right on.
Smelled really good.
Gary, all right, buddy, or what?
Yeah, I'm losing my. I'm losing my
you're-
power.
Yeah.
Here, I want to see if I can move it over here to the headphones. Just hold on a second.
Right on.
Kates, what's the oldest sled you own?
Would be
Oh, it's okay.
75 245
Show
RV
must go on, and it does.
Oh,
Nice.
you do have old stuff.
So you got an older one. That's awesome.
and a 75 340 TS, both old race sleds.
Oh, I
Right
didn't know you
on.
had those.
Sweet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
So the Moto Ski looks just
So
like
you're-
the RV, but it's different color, of course, right?
Yeah. That's
Yes,
awesome.
they're sexy.
It's a
Yeah.
340, not 245.
I didn't know you had those.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
Surprise.
You learn something new every day, MJ.
Yeah.
Even about your
Yeah.
best
That's why
friend
she asked.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that wheelie.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that sled. That was a good looking sled.
The blizzard. See that,
2018.
Paul? That's a blizzard.
Yep. You're
Yeah,
right.
that's too bad they stopped making it, right? Last year. Yeah.
That's how you do a
It'll
wheelie
come
with an
back.
3/4 track.
Yeah, nice.
You got to get your weight back there to make that happen.
Was that an 850?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. Oh, get that. You can get that. Don't mind us. We're just doing a podcast here.
Sorry, I'm going to turn it off. They won't come back.
No. I love this shot. Where is
Oh,
this?
Right on.
Oh, this is at my friend Chris's place, our friend Chris's place. And I had to throw this photo in because I wanted to know if Paul remembers this day.
I do.
Man, that looks like a museum in itself.
It pretty
Isn't
much
that
is. He
cool?
had probably the most extensive snowmobile collection, and once a year he would haul it all out. He had 1 year and model of everything.
No way.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah,
Where is this?
just outside of Barrie.
Okay.
That's
He
sweet.
since slimmed down his collection just because he realized that maybe it was a little excessive to have,
Love
an
it.
Olympic in every single year in size.
Oh, is this St. Ange? Is this St. Ange's place?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
No.
Yeah.
But that's Paul KATES that's standing there beside that Elite.
Okay.
Yeah. I think my daughter Emily's in the Elite, saying we need
Do you
to
know
buy
what
that.
she's doing in there, Paul?
Yeah, she's not getting out till I buy it.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Did
that's
you
a good
buy it?
memory.
He probably sat in that thing for an hour and a half.
He's got the old posters. He's got the old clothing. Look at the old helmets.
It's awesome.
Wow, that'd be worth
We
taking
could do a whole 1 hour show just on Chris's place. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Let's set it up. I'd love to see that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
That old ski booth up there is amazing.
Oh, he's got so much
man.
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
So much stuff.
Wow.
Got an
Yeah.
old sign out there too.
Oh. There's an
Oh, I think this is
undisclosed
my
location.
Dad calling.
Was it your dad?
I think so.
You better get that then.
It's gonna be okay.
You probably realize that you finally made it big, that you're on Snowmobile Sessions live. Yeah.
Nice old ice
There
oval
you go,
out
Gary. That's our lake. That's
I
Clearwater
know.
Lake.
Undisclosed location.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So not only do we groom that, but we groom a snowmobile trail around the entire lake.
I know.
Nice.
I didn't know you last year, and I went, somebody else is riding this. We were always the first and the only tracks on there. And then
Yeah.
last year there was actually a track. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is wild.
there. Nice.
Who's the crazies down the road that actually snowmobile? I thought we were the only sick ones around
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that's great. You flooded that too? So you actually
yeah.
ice
There's a lot of
skated
hours
around
into
that? Or is
that.
that for the TNT?
Some oldies in the background there, an old
Isn't that
XLT,
great?
old
Yeah.
Grand Touring. Yes, chassis. That's
Like
wild.
I love this photo because we were just having one of our just days. We're just high rolling on our late model sleds,
Yeah.
and we stop for a break and we turn around and we're like, oh, look at
Yeah.
that lineup.
Yeah, some oldies.
I love
Do
it.
you own anything in that era right now?
Like in the 2000s?
Yeah, in the S or F chassis.
No.
No?
And
No?
I don't know if I would.
Because you raced them. You had enough of them, right?
It would be tempting to have a PRS again, but then I don't really feel like lugging that thing around when I need to move it because they're pretty, like the center of gravity is so low, they're hard to move around a shop even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so heavy.
Maybe
You
a
only
ZX
ride
ZX
like
would be
that's like
something.
I
They were
felt
great
my
water skippers. They were great water skippers.
Yes.
You ride for miles on them.
Yeah.
true.
My first running water was on a 92 Mach 1.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah. And that is at the Algonquin.
Shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Love it.
Yeah. Always
Good
get a good picture there.
Yeah, you do. It's
That's
great
facing the other
stuff.
way. That's awesome.
It
You don't
is.
normally get a picture going that way. Everyone's always looking at
Yeah.
the shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
right on.
we're always inside taking them out.
Yeah.
I think that trail's fake down there. It's like the Coyote and Roadrunner. It's just painted on a rock. Because
Yeah.
we always go the other ways, right?
Yeah.
I've never gone down that trail.
That trail up behind that shelter, that's an awesome trail. Was it at 77 or something? What's that called?
Yeah, it's
That's
the Crown Wolf.
great.
Crown Wolf.
Crown Wolf. Yep.
It's
Yeah. It's
yeah.
a wicked trail. And it's been closed for the last few years because of logging, but it's opened up again. It's a great trail.
Yep. Uncle Buck's got it. Is that the shelter at the Algonquin Snow Club? He's got it. Can't wait to take a rip up on that track again this year.
Yeah.
He says, Cody says, that's great.
That's the way to go.
Now
Little
that is
slush underneath
grooming.
that.
That's Becky. That's Becky weighted down right in the slush.
Oh, poor Becky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in here. She's going to get her preseason. She's going to be good to go here.
Yeah.
Right
It's
on.
got a rack on the back. Is it a long track?
Yeah, and the rack's going to get replaced. I have a new rack around here somewhere. Put a new rack on it because it's all bent up. It's going to get a little bit of a rear end makeover this year.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, that you're dragging some weight there. That's for sure. It looks like that was where it stopped. Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got Becky here. I'll put you big there if you want to.
There's Becky. There's a shot of Becky.
Nice.
There she is, right there.
Is there a story behind your number 442?
A little bit. I grew up. My brother, when I was growing up, really was into 442s, and he had passed away, and I inherited one of his cars. And then when I started racing, I had to pick a number, so I just picked 442.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And it just sticks, right?
Yeah,
Right on.
that's a good story. Good heritage there.
Yeah,
too.
nice
Good
shop
tribute.
there. Nice garage there, MJ. It's nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you follow her on Instagram, she posts picture all the time in there. It's amazing. Just so well organized too. There we go. Here's this one will caption sled hair don't care.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, totally. So we went on a sled trip to Mikos there, and we spent 3 nights, I think, riding out of Mikos and the Laurentians there last winter. And because of COVID, you couldn't eat in the restaurant. So you'd go get your coolers of food and you'd bring them back to the room or the chalet, and you would eat. And usually about 20 minutes after your food arrived, Theo would come to the front door and bark.
That was just a neighbor dog, like
it was like the resort dog.
The resort dog, right on.
That's
so, it's
funny.
like -40 out. You're like, whatever. And then, is that a dog? And he'd come in the front door. He'd hang out and he'd eat for a while. And then we'd let him out the side door there.
That's hilarious.
funny.
And say breakfast or dinner. It didn't matter. You'd go get your coolers of food, just finish eating. Woof.
Probably
Right
probably got fed a lot by the people that were staying there.
He probably didn't need any dog food.
Right on.
No.
Probably didn't need any dog food at all. So that was really good. That was the first time I had actually stayed at Mikos. And I don't know how I've managed all these years never to stay there, but that's awesome. It's gorgeous.
It looks like a great little cabin.
We had,
got
I
all
think that cabin slept 12. But because of COVID, they only wanted it at 1/3 capacity or something.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at the chunky chair there, Rich. Isn't that amazing?
Nice and comfy. Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Did you whittle that? Or did you whittle that in your downtime, MJ?
It had a great big harvest table because the cabin itself slept like 12. So it had a big harvest table with all those chairs around it.
Right on.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. There she is ripping. Oh, you got it on your bike
YZ.
too. See, there you go.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wicked.
He's
Awesome.
skying it out over the tabletop at the track. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Great
cool.
bike.
Yeah, I love that bike. I've been waiting for my new one to come in, but apparently I don't have a very good relationship with my dealer.
Yeah.
Does Jean-Luc have bikes? What does he have for me?
No, just spiders. If you want to race a spider on that track, he could help you out.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
No. Do you still have your KDX or?
It's a KLX. Yeah. So that's a KLX.
KLX, sorry. Yeah.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah. I still have that. That I had to do a lot of work on it in the spring. The fuel vent plugged.
Yeah.
And then it was an aftermarket oversized tank, and it just flooded the engine.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, it was just a mess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How much wrenching do you do yourself? I know you just recently did a Ski-Doo video on maintenance, and here you are wrenching away here. Where do you stop your where do you stop and where do you let Paul KATES take over?
If it's bike related, I'll do pretty much anything bike related, I think, except for like an engine rebuild. I won't take apart an engine or a clutch. I just get the parts and go, okay, here. Yeah. Sleds, I don't know. I guess I go down all the way to pulling the clutches and spark plugs and stuff. Like last year, the rollers went on my secondary and I got everything pulled. But when it came to actually replacing the rollers with those little pins in there, mission shop, because it was like, no, this is not as easy as it sounds.
No.
High torque rollers all the way, and then you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Man, that's one thing they should come with factory too.
Yeah. Oh, and in this picture, I'm also wearing my Legends of Canadian Motocross shirt.
Oh, right on.
Is your name on the back of that?
My name is not.
Is my name on there?
Yeah,
I
but
think I
mine-
am. I think my
I
name
think
is
you're on there. Yeah.
third line down.
I think you are.
The 2021 third place vintage race king. Yes, he's there.
Right on.
Yeah. Well, I
Oh,
was wondering where this picture was taken, MJ. It's freaking awesome.
That's on Mary Lake, right where everybody does
Ever-changing
cliff
vistas
dives.
of Mary Lake.
It's yes. It's facing Cliff House.
Nice. So is that's Rocky Island?
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
cool.
So, that's a great picture.
It was a great day.
I like it.
That's my Elan and my TNT.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many old sleds have you got? Vintage sleds. I won't say old.
69 Olympic. Down to one Elan, a 72 Elan, 72 TNT. We got 88 Safari, Becky. And then I just picked up a 1980 Blizzard 5500.
So you got
Nice.
5. Perfect.
Yeah.
There's lots of sleds to ride then. I don't have to worry about a spring check.
No, you'll be all right. We'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Trail
Get
pass,
on one of them.
good, ready to go.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I was wondering about that because I didn't know if that was chapel or what that, but I thought that's pretty high up. So
Yeah.
It's a nice cowie. I like that. It's
Yeah.
nice.
I think we're going backwards. Oh,
Yeah, you are going
Yeah,
back.
Yeah.
we are going backwards. Sorry. There we go.
There you
Ooh.
go. There's the money
Ouch.
shot.
Yeah. This is why they call her Supergirl
Ouch.
right there. Yeah. Can you believe the snow that's actually coming off of that
Oh
thing?
yeah.
And even just when you look at the ski, it's like
Yeah. It's
the angle
Yeah.
the ski's on. It didn't break anything on the sled.
Yeah,
Wow.
the ski's not supposed to be on that reverse of an angle.
nose plant.
That's for sure.
Ouch.
Did you get hurt on that one?
No, I had like a little, I don't know if I sprained or bruised my thumb a little bit, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was questionable.
What's your worst injury you've had racing?
Snowcross? I think probably just broken ribs. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I think
Yeah.
so. Oh no, I broke my arm once. That was kind of debilitating, but the ribs hurt more.
Yeah. You got to breathe, right?
You can't cast a rib.
I would say ribs are the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
Well-
ribs are the worst.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at
that
that
was-
matching outfit too.
Yeah, that
That's
was on
wild.
that was the 2007.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I think that my actual sled was still in 06, but I think that in that
Yeah.
picture, but I think that was 2007, I think.
Right on.
Great
Actually, it's probably hard
shots.
to say. Precision Power, that was what it says on the hood. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Precision Power DWD Racing.
Right on.
That was
There we
fun. I
go.
loved racing with those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah, those are good shots for having photography like that from back in those days.
From back then,
That's
yeah.
great.
And that is
that's good.
Gary from Supernova Photo. And I think Gary was down from Woodstock area, Supernova Photo.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard of them.
Yes. No, oh, I don't know what happened to him. Do you remember him, Kates?
The name rings a bell, but I don't remember him as Supernova Photo. I thought he
It
was
was
something
something
else.
Nova.
But yet you're right. But
It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
Look
good
how-
pictures.
look how long your
Like,
hair
they're-
is
they're
there.
like-
there.
Yeah. So clear. Like they were so vibrant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
For
the
what
snow.
they were back in the day. Like it's really, we're so spoiled now with
Oh yeah, yeah.
technology we
it's-
have in a phone.
Yeah, it's too
Crazy, yeah.
easy. It takes a skill out of it. I mean, there's still a lot of skill, but
Oh, this is a reminder for everybody to take the pledge.
No, right on.
Do we know what the pledge is?
yes, you won't go off trail and you won't ride
Yeah.
with people with cans
Yeah.
and
Respect
it?
your landowners.
respect your landowners.
'Cause the whole idea is if we don't do it, we're not gonna have trails to ride on.
That's true.
No, it's true.
And I personally think that one of the most valuable things we can do is when we are riding and we come across people walking on the trails or we come across skiers,
Mhm.
stop, say hi to them, like thank them. because chances are those are the landowners.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
want them to get out of the way. Don't blast by them. Because that's our one chance to thank them. And if we don't, and we do the opposite to them, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, we don't want them on our trail.
On the trail.
Heard stories like that where people are disrespectful and it's the landowner walking their dog and they
Yeah.
go, sorry guys, no trail.
Exactly.
true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a huge amount of OFSC trails that are actually on privately owned land.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's something like I don't know, was it 70% or something? It's huge.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
come down south here and it's all privately owned land. We
Yeah.
we rely solely on landowners. So every year is a challenge of reroutes and figuring it all out. And you think you got it good, and somebody goes by with a can, and the next year it's gone. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a pair of gloves and a bottle of maple syrup isn't going to fix your problems.
Yeah, I saw that they have gloves this year.
Yeah, yeah. But it's, you know what I mean though, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
it's going to take more respect from the snowmobilers to take the pledge and to have a little bit of respect. And I always slow down and wave at the people. I won't say that I stop and talk to them, but that's a great additional step to do, you know, like to, you know.
Exactly, because it's not just obeying the rules of the trail. It's public relations, and it's not just public relations for the poor snowmobile clubs that have to approach these landowners. It's public relations against every snowmobiler out there.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Amen.
So
Yep.
so and all that take the pledge footage. I think I'm in there, and even that's me right there in the corner down there.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
Just at the groomer shack in Port Sydney. That's where that sign is.
At the closed trails, right? Jeez, MJ.
Yeah.
No, that's great. It was a good initiative, and it's good that Ski-Doo backed it too, right?
Yeah.
And you see the
And
support they're
it's
giving.
industry wide. It's not just Ski-Doo. So if you go back to that poster, you got Arctic Cat on there, you have Polaris on there,
Yeah,
you have everybody on there.
That's Jared
And when
from
you look at
Yamaha up
the
top.
footage, it's brand
It is
wide.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is brand wide. It's industry wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's fueling their sport too, right?
yeah.
Is this Paul's picture? Whose freestyles that?
That's Bill Fullerton's freestyle.
Is it really?
That's hilarious.
Those are
But
awesome.
the funny part is this is how that dog rode that sled, and she would ride all around like Russell like that.
Oh,
That's
Put
funny.
a mat down there, and she just sits up there like a turkey, and she'd ride.
Is
Yeah.
that Bill in the background?
Yep, that's Bill. That's an old picture, but yeah, that's Bill.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Look at this picture here, Rich. The dog is straddling the seat like a
Yeah.
human.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's insane.
That's
I
funny.
have the same snowmobile outfit.
That's awesome.
Oh, right on. Oh. There we go. That's a neat snowmobile suit for sure. I like the integrated belt.
It was a nice snowmobile suit. It was really lightweight. It's one of the few I kept from that era. I
Right
have one
on.
just like it. Yeah.
Right on.
Neil Owen says you have to honor the pledge, not just take it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's true.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good point there, Neil.
That's the truth, right? Hey, there's the daughter. There's Emily.
There you go,
Yeah.
Paul. That's the best picture.
Yeah.
Jenny
Yeah.
P gave me that picture for you.
Right
Yeah,
on.
that's Flying Dutchman racing days.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah,
I think that might even be Pito in the background by the tent.
it was. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, we won a championship in stock on the 08 XP and semi-pro.
Right
My
on.
rider.
Good job.
That was huge for 08 because that was a brand new 395-pound Ski-Doo
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
had a lot of
Right on.
teething problems as a race sled, but we
Dialed her in.
fixed and modified and made it work.
Right on.
Well, because Paul, right behind Gary's head is a rev. What's that all about? Oh no, I'm gonna have to move the photo.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh,
There
we go.
Photos cut off.
that
There
is.
you go.
That's an XP.
Oh, that's somebody's
That's an
07 440.
yeah,
okay.
that's an XP
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because well, it was that was 07 08, but people were still racing revs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking at the one back there, the white hood.
Just behind the.
Yeah, I got you.
To the right of the XP I'm working on.
Yeah, that's right. Right on.
Cool.
That was the transition year.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That's a great one to share, MJ. Thanks.
Yeah, with Emily. Well, Jenny gave it to me.
Yeah.
And Vandola.
She took that. Yeah.
No doubt. As soon as I saw that picture, I'm like, yeah, that's the one.
Right
That's
on.
Nice.
You got to have Emily in it too.
Yeah.
Enjoying what he does
Yeah,
at the track.
That's
he's a
awesome.
machine.
Beautiful. It looked so warm that day.
Yeah.
It was Horseshoe. If Horseshoe ski resort. So if you look in the background to the right of my face, you can see the golf green in behind. I think the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. It was.
Crazy.
It was probably 68 degrees that day.
Wow.
That was Sunday. That was champion crowning day.
Yeah.
Mike Van Doler won the championship, I think, in both open and stock that year.
Right on.
Yeah, that was a good year.
Ryan from Canuck Power Sports. Have a great night, guys. Great guest with MJ and Paul. Can't wait to get a do in the garage this season.
Nice.
It gives you
Awesome.
cheers like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I love these days. It's got the sled on its side, the skid out.
Oh, do we have all night?
Is this your picture, MJ?
That is my picture. That's part of our Mikos trip from last year.
What a mess.
You know, you leave the resort in the morning. You're just gonna do just a nice easy day, just a couple loops, you know, whatever. And we get 3/4 of the way to our gas stop, our next gas stop, and my brother spins his drive axle on his 900 turbo. It's 2019, so it's an older sled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
So we're so far past that we had to do some high-speed towing to get to the next gas stop so that we could turn around and come back. And when we say high-speed towing, we were doing like 100 km/h towing.
Wow.
But because of COVID, we get the closer we get to our next gas stop, there's all these signs up. No entry. No.
Oh, no.
Turn back, no entry. Because it was a reserve and they were closed off completely to the public. So they actually had concrete barricades up and hired security.
Oh, geez.
So they let one of us at a time. One person was allowed to go in. One person, and that one person had to come back and take another sled in for gas.
Wow.
So then we had to high-speed tow it back.
Yeah.
And we ended up at this lunch stop, and we were thinking of this awesome plan because we can't go anywhere else. Our race trailer is like 500 kilometers away. What are we going to do? Or not a race trailer, but just our trailer.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, what if we tow it 60 kilometers up to 100 lakes? Because up there, they let us eat in their garage because it was really cold. And we're like, they had a pretty stock garage. We could go up there and weld it. We'd be set. And the owner of the restaurant we're at said, I have a welder out back in the shed.
Perfect.
And we're like, oh, you're serious? We don't have to tow it anywhere? So we just hopped to it.
That's great. And you fixed it up.
To it. And I think right somewhere under behind you, Gary, there's actually a tarp or a coat or something. There's a panel up in the snowbank. The skid's there. There's all the tools are just laying on the ground.
That's
They're
hilarious.
laying on the ground on like a tarp. That's all we had. And we're eating lunch. We're eating poutine and burgers and
that's how you know who your friends are. They're the ones eating poutines, taking the picture, right?
So we tack welded it right there on the spot. We didn't even pull it. And it went another 500K and got us home.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah.
Stronger than new.
Well, it got a full repair when it got home. But
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that was epic.
Just Novi?
No, that's Syracuse, New York.
Syracuse.
Tug Hill country.
Oh, there you go.
Tug Hill? That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's on the snowgoer stage. And in Ontario here, we have the Kelly Shires Foundation.
Yep.
And in the States, they have Pink Ribbon Riders.
Oh, right on.
So Jody and I from Pink Ribbon Riders, we put on a presentation in a riders clinic, our women's riders clinic.
Sweet.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
How many people attend? How many women attended that?
It was hit and miss because it's just kind of who shows up at the time.
Right.
But what overwhelmed me the most was afterwards when people were stuck around for questions. Like, we were still there an hour later. Levi LaValle was ready to go up on stage, and we're like, what are you guys doing? They're like, we need you out of the way.
That's funny.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's neat.
Definitely a need in the sport for more education for how women ride and how to set up your sleds and how to wear the right gear, right? Because how many guys out there will like give their big roughed up sled to a girl to ride with handlebar risers on it and everything, and then wonder why they don't love it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the warmth factor, right? Hand me down clothing. Good clothing, gear, and showing them how to change their own belts and stuff.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool. Keep that going. That's a really good.
I want to
initiative.
do more of it in the future. Like, we just kind of did it just as a whim, and then it was like, wow, the reception we got from it was huge. So hopefully next year we can do a lot more.
Right on.
Yeah, we have one female fan, Mrs. Uncle Bach, and she'd love something like that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's awesome. Oh, Rapid 7. Who's been there?
I have not.
No.
No?
No.
Nope.
Gotta go to Rapid 7 for sugar pie.
Sugar pie. That person's been to Rapid 7.
Yeah, there I am.
And the dog.
We were splitting up there. Some of us had to go back home to work, and somebody else had to go back to Amos to pick up the one person that was still recovering from the night before. So we had to leave behind at the hotel.
Uh-oh.
And they were stripping me of my belts and oil.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those were in the 850 belt blowing days. We're beyond those now, which is good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Rich was just saying he can't believe the price of new belts, and I said, well, it's not like you blow them anymore.
At least they last. Like,
yeah, they do.
Because you feel guilty now instead of.
I never had any problems. I was saying that to Gary last night. I never had any problems on my older sleds. I must have been lucky, and I rode all brands. So
yeah,
it was. You know what? Yeah. I always thought that I wasn't a belt blower, and then I had one sled that was.
I think everybody had that.
So I think
sled,
it was just luck of the draw.
Yeah. I had one bad one in my 800 E-Tech, and it sheared the belt blew. It smashed the secondary roller, and it sheared the nut off the end of the gear in the chain case, and smashed my chain case. Paul KATES.
Not good.
I'm
Grenaded.
I was full to the bar though when it let go. Yeah. So that could be part of the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I rode it the rest of the day. I changed the belts out, and it growled because the roller was stuck, the secondary was stuck, so it groaned a bit. And I just kind of took it easy, and we did the ride, and then I got it. Furry took it apart and said, "Holy cow!" And it was a mess.
Good thing to remember when you pack a mild toolkit for your sled is to take a piece of Scotch-Brite and put it in a Ziploc bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if you do blow a belt, you can open up the secondary shiv and wipe all the old belt off the secondary and the primary.
Yep.
Because if you put a brand new belt on that rubber,
yep,
and it runs up and down the shivs to burn that rubber off, it hoops the brand new belt.
Oh yeah,
that's a really good point.
Like it honestly hoops it, and guys will say to me, "Oh, I blew 7 belts this weekend."
Because they kept putting it back on and not cleaning it.
And I said, the clutch shivs of the belt, the old belt that burnt and blew off. And they go, well, "What do you mean?" Anyways, that's something really good to think about.
It is. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
I've learned belt from the master because that's what I do.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in breaking them in too. Like it's like a muscle. You just don't start pumping the largest weight that you've got. You have to work your way up to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you have
anyways.
what's the next photo, Gary?
This one? What's this
The
photo?
next one. What's the next one after that one? There you go.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Newfoundland, 2003.
So is it Kyle? Kyle that I've been talking to? He does the big race out there.
Oh, King of the Hill?
Yeah. What's the guy's name?
I don't know. I haven't been out there.
He knows you. He knows you well. Anyway, no, he does that. He does that cross country, the grueling race.
Quest?
Oh, Kane's Quest.
Kane's Quest.
Yeah.
The Kane's
Yes.
Quest guy.
Yeah.
Is it Kyle? He's gonna be mad if he listens.
I'm not sure which. I know a few people on the Kane's Quest loop, so I'm not sure. Oh, Kurt and Penny.
It's Kurt. Yeah,
Kurt and
Kurt.
Penny. I actually did not. I have a picture of Penny and I, and it didn't make the cut because I had to cut it off at like 40 photos. So
Well, you asked me how many, and I told you, and you
I know
you stuck.
it ended
you
up being
stuck to
really
it.
hard. I thought, oh yeah, 20
Oh.
photos, I'll just do it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
hard to
is this
cut.
where you know Kurt from? Or I guess not.
No, but the first time I ever heard Penny's sweet voice, have you ever met them in person?
No, but they're going to come
Oh.
on the show and they're going to do it from the ranch out there.
So for everybody that doesn't know, it's Kurt and Penny Hastings of Snowscapes that we're talking about.
Mhm.
The first time I ever heard Penny's sweet voice was in Newfoundland at this race event, because on the first day they have a King of the Hill, which is an uphill hill climb, and that thing went for like 24 hours straight. Like, we went and had dinner and came back and it was still on. We went home and
my
we
God.
slept and it was still on.
Wow.
And Penny was announcing the whole thing the whole time. Like, I'll never forget the sound of her voice when we came back. It was just like, what the heck? That's the same person, I think.
Holy.
So tourism in Newfoundland had a promo on, or an agreement with CSRA where they paid the pro racers to go to Newfoundland to ride. And when I say they paid us well. Like, we got,
Holy.
I think my check was $1,500. I'm not sure, and that was just for me racing one class.
Right
And
on.
then if you were a pro, it was like, if you were a pro guy, it was significantly higher. Ian Hayden was there, Lee Butler was there, Sagans were there.
Nice.
So that year, Chris Humphrey was he was one of the top Canadian pros, and he had an injury. He broke a tibial plateau on his knee, because that was the first year of the rev. We saw a lot of those. And if you go
Yeah.
back to the picture before,
Yes,
we were gallivanting around town. We went to Rapid Power Sports, which is the local dealer near Marble Mountain. And he's shopping at the Ski-Doo dealership, and he finds this fish. And I'm like, what? Okay, that's no big deal. So then he finds this fish, and it has this BRP warranty tag on it that they're using for price tag.
right
And I'm like,
there.
"I didn't know that." What I didn't remember about all this is what else we see in the picture. Because he flew all the way to Newfoundland to race and collect his check. No, go back down. Go back down.
His crutches?
His crutches. I forgot. We didn't even take him a sled. We took side panels, and we just took the panels off mine, put his panels on, and he got on his sled and he rode. He putted around the track.
Oh my God, that's funny.
At one point, some other guy bailed, a local guy bailed on the track. So he stops by and picks him up and two-ups him up to his sled, which is a couple hundred feet in front of him.
That's all he had to do to get his check.
Yeah.
I love it. You see, there's a
So much fun.
there's a special on seal flippers there.
Yeah.
$2.
That's Rapid Power Sports.
Yeah.
I think they have like a fish refrigeration place called Triple T or something. That's
Yeah.
like shared business.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. Oh, and that looks like it's the end of the photos too. That's pretty
Yay.
cool.
Yeah.
Right on. You guys put some great photos, man. Awesome.
It was hard
photos.
to just pick a couple. That's for sure.
It always is, right?
Mhm.
Always is. But that's cool. That was a great show. You guys
That was awesome.
brought a lot of
Great
knowledge and fun and good stories, and
Whose
A lot
sled
of
is
fun.
behind you there, Paul?
It's Isaac St. Ange.
Nice.
Right on.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does. I like that wrap.
Turned out well.
Very nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So how do we find you guys? What's your on Instagram, Facebook? Like where do we look up MJ Thompson?
Oh, on Facebook and Instagram, I'm Muskoka MJ. But also on Facebook under MJ Thompson. So
Perfect.
MJ Thompson's the name, at Muskoka MJ is the handle.
Right on. What about you,
Yeah.
Paul Kates? Are you on social?
Yeah, Kate's 440X and Paul Kates on Facebook.
Nice. Well, thanks you two for all you do. Really appreciate it, and thanks for taking the time tonight. I know MJ had a short night, and we went 3 hours and 10 minutes. What did I tell you?
Yeah, that's a good
Time
one, man.
flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, that was
So-
fun. Thank you.
Thanks
Right on.
very much for having me. It was a great evening.
Well,
Nice.
it's great meeting
Anytime.
you both.
No,
Great
it's-
meeting you both.
Yeah.
Great photos, good stories,
Great.
awesome stories.
Everybody, hopefully everybody has a great snowmobile season and a great Christmas.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
as well.
for sure.
We'll
And
be out
don't-
riding after Christmas.
Oh, I hope so. I hope
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Let's hope so, eh? Everybody get their sleds.
And don't forget to tune in next week for our big charity telethon. The Snowmobile Sessions telethon
Yep.
next week. Watch my Instagram, MUDBRATS, SnowBrats for details. And it's going to be a great night. So,
For Kelly Shires, right?
yeah, Kelly Shires and Expedition Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great night. So make sure you tune in and chat and support the cause and away we go. So anyway, if I don't talk to you guys, Merry Christmas and thanks again for your time.
Yeah, it's
That was
awesome.
awesome.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Gary.
Thank
Great
you.
meeting
Bye,
you.
guys.
Take
Stick
care.
around. I'm going to run the credits and we'll go from there.
Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on, we'll be long gone. A journey for life, I'm alright. No. It's a journey.